that includes Peacock, Apple TV Plus, and Netflix. That's Xfinity Internet and Stream Saver for just $35 a month. All your favorites, all in one place, only from Xfinity. So go ahead and binge some shows, stream some movies, and save some money all at the same time. For more watching and less spending, X marks the spot. Switch to Xfinity, the network made for streaming, and bring on the good stuff. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto-pay with stored bank account. Equipment taxes and fees extra. After promo, regular internet rates apply. Currently $54 a month. Actual speeds vary. Stream Saver requires Xfinity Internet or TV, and price subject to change.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out. Minimum purchase required. Interest accrues from date of purchase, but is waived if paid within promotional period. Go to windowappointmentnow.com for full offer details.
Attention homeowners. Do you know when to replace your windows? Feeling too hot or cold? Fog between the glass? Spending too much on expensive energy that literally goes out the window? It's time to replace.
If you've put off replacing windows in your home because it's too expensive, here's great news. Right now, you can get a free in-home consultation and free price quote from Renewal by Andersen. Plus, buy one window or door, get one 50% off.
Just text STACK to 200-300 for your free consultation on top quality affordable windows or doors for no money down, no monthly payments, and no interest for 12 months.
That's right. You don't pay a dime for 12 months. Buy one window or door, get one 50% off. Hurry. This incredible offer is only in July.
Don't wait. Text STACK to 200-300. Text the word STACK to 200-300. STACK to 200-300.
Hey, it's Fallon. You know, in some games, there are a select few that come out on top. But with Mall of America Summer of Games, everyone is a winner. There's a crazy number of ways to play. Mall of America is hosting friendly competitions at the mall and throughout the community. Think go-karting contests, amazing sweepstakes, and new ways to play every day. They're going for the gold as the #1 place for giveaways and games. Mall of America's Summer of Games. Visit mallofamerica.com/summer to learn more.
As school messes return, rest easy. Clorox has got your back to school.
Oh, no.
I'm back. That messy science experiment. And I brought baking soda, cornstarch.
And you're due tomorrow, right? Well, at least they stocked up on Clorox disinfecting wipes. Because you're not messing up my kitchen counters like last time.
Ooh, smart. Got any food coloring?
And off to the store we go.
Stock up on Clorox disinfecting wipes that clean 3 times better than wet paper towels on kitchen grease and soap scum. Use as directed.
From the Nicolay Law Studios, KDWB FM, Ridgefield, Minneapolis, St. Paul, an iHeartRadio station, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
There are a lot of so-called fast food deals out there. But do any of them have the Wendy's Junior Bacon Cheeseburger, crispy fries, everyone's favorite nugs, and a drink for just $5 like Wendy's Biggie Bag? Nope. And that's why no other deals can be called the Wendy's Biggie Bag. That and a little thing called plagiarism. When the deal is as fresh as the meal, gotta be Wendy's.
Gotta be fresh.
Includes choice of JBC or crispy chicken sandwich with 4-piece nugs, junior fry, and small soft drink. U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska, Hawaii, and California and via third-party delivery.
From the Quick Trip Traffic Center.
On 94, we have delays westbound from Manning to Radio Drive and from Johnson Parkway to Mounds. Eastbound slow from Olson Memorial to Hennepin-Lyndale. 494 tight westbound from Portland to Penn on the Crosstown. Got an accident westbound at Cedar on the right. I'm Maria Arnold, and that's your latest Total Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. Spectacular savings are happening now at Mattress Firm's July 4th sale. You can get a Sleepy's Queen mattress for just $89.99, the lowest price ever. Upgrade, save, and celebrate before it's too late. Offer ends Tuesday. In-store only while supplies last. Restrictions apply.
You can take the man out of New Jersey, but you can't take New Jersey out of the man. Vaunt on the Dave Ryan Show, 101.3 KDWB.
I want to run something by you and see whether I'm stupid or whether I'm wrong. Okay?
Yeah.
The emoji. This emoji, the praying hands emoji.
Yes.
If you use it once in a while, it's like, okay, hey, thank you for buying me coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, thanks for, like walking my dog, whatever. The praying hands, thank you, praying hands emoji. Apparently, it is not meant to be praying hands. It is meant to be a high five. And if you look at it, it does look like 2 hands slapping together. Now, I don't know, because if you go on the emoji search and you say praying, it'll pop up. Okay? But I did find it a little bit weird that the emoji people, the developers, would come up with different things and go, oh, let's put some praying hands in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Is it going to let you decide for me and let me know? Am I stupid or am I wrong? Has it been praying hands the whole time or high five the whole time?
I think it's praying hands. I've only ever used it exclusively as praying hands.
Same, yep.
Is one of my most used emojis. But if it was a high five, I don't know, there would be little slap lines coming out of it. You know?
To illustrate that it's a slap.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
is a very good point. Okay.
Also, Apple, they do this thing where you can change the skin complexion of the hands now. So if it is high-fiving, you should be able to change, because I might be high-fiving Dave, and we're not the same complexion.
Mm-hmm.
They're the same complexion, so it's me and both of my hands praying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good take on it. I never thought of that.
Yes. What about you, Jenny? Do you care?
Yes, of course I care, Dave.
Yeah.
But when you type in high five in your phone, it just does a hand with 5 fingers.
That's what I'm
out.
saying.
So I don't think that honestly, Apple did mean it to be that. So I don't know if it's a viral thing, because I've seen that recently too.
I saw it yesterday for the first time.
And I'm no, I think it's still praying. I'm never going to use that as a high five.
I think the same thing. Yeah, the one with the fingers in the hand, that's a waving one.
Right.
It's like waving.
Right, but I think that you could do. I'm trying to type it in now, because you can just type in. I'm texting
search,
Vaughn as I do this. Yeah. High five, and then there's that one, but then there's also the 2 hands up in the air when you type in high five. I don't really feel. I feel like that's praise.
No, that's the raise the roof.
I feel like that's a similar family though to high five is raise the roof.
Yeah.
So I would say that's the high five. This is a praying hand, because also think about when you give someone a high five, your hands are not evenly smacked together.
No. Well,
you're right.
They're not symmetrical. Yeah.
It's going to be
it's also lonely. Why would
one below the other?
Why would I send myself or send somebody else us 2 high-fiving? I just think that's also strange.
Well, it'd be like, hey, we were number 1 in the ratings. Then you send Jenny a high five.
Yeah.
So it's a high five.
You'd send the praying hands and go, we're number 1 in the ratings.
We're not. No, you say we're number 10 in the ratings.
Prayers.
Prayers, please.
Praise.
It is KDWB on the Dave Ryan Show. Thanks for being here. Text messages. This one says it was originally meant to be a high five. However, due to it looking like a prayer, that's what most people saw it as. So it's become what people thought it was and not what it was meant to be. Before updates, there used to be slap lines. Now I feel like Apple has embraced what most people think it's praying hands. Slap lines.
I like
get
that.
It.
I came up with slap lines, you guys. I'm
you
really
did.
proud of that.
Another text at KDWB1 said, I think Dave is the wrong emoji in mine. I think it's the one with 2 hands where you see the palms of the hands, to be honest, that is supposed to be praying, not the one with the 2 hands touching. Isn't it funny? We've just had a 5-minute conversation on one emoji.
Well, the palms up, that's a certain kind of praying. I don't know. It depends on what kind of prayer you're doing.
My favorite emoji is this one.
Hey, you can't do that to me.
This is the middle finger emoji. I love that Apple has a middle finger emoji. That's a bold move.
Mm-hmm.
That is a bold move. And I want to give a shout out to whoever came up with the poop emoji. One of the most clever emojis.
Yep.
Because it's so, you can't mistake what that is. And it's kind of a bold emoji. Mm-hmm. It's a pile of poop. Which I love. All right. We were talking about Jenny on vacation. And then I talked about how I saw on the news a couple of weeks ago about overcrowding at touristy destinations. So if you go to the Eiffel Tower, it's not as enjoyable as you might think because the crowds are ridiculous. Somebody else says they just got back from, Milan, Italy. And they said they felt like it was Times Square. It was so overwhelming.
Oh, wow.
If you go to the Louvre and go see the Mona Lisa, it is loaded with high school, middle school, family trips. It is packed. And they move you in a little bit at a time because everything is so packed. A friend of mine went to the Grand Canyon with his family last summer. He said, according to him, it was a 5-hour wait in the car to drive into the gate of Grand Canyon National Park.
Yikes.
Ew.
Where were you this summer and where was it too crowded? And that's part of the thing is everybody wants to go on vacation. Either the pandemic kept them inside or people want experiences or people are just FOMO and people want to see what they see because you got your trip idea. by watching TikTok, right?
I did. I get so many ideas from TikTok now. I'd never heard of Leavenworth, Washington until TikTok came along. And then I was like, okay, cool. So
and now it's overcrowded. Is it overcrowded?
Well, it wasn't for us. Honestly, I was expecting it to be way worse because we went over the 4th of July. But I don't know. I think like the heat kind of keeps people out because, believe it or not, in Leavenworth, Washington, they have like 6 weeks of 100-degree days, which I was not anticipating upon planning this trip.
Yep.
So I think that helped us out a bit.
Let us know where you went this summer and whether it was too crowded. I've always wanted to go to Yosemite. Yosemite looks so beautiful with like Half Dome and the falls, and it just looks so gorgeous. You
going to do the Half Dome if you go? You got to win a lottery, though, to get in that.
Well, no, I'm not going to. But I just want to see Yosemite because it looks so beautiful. I've heard the same thing with Yellowstone. If you go to Yellowstone, everywhere is packed.
You just got to get up
tourists.
early, though.
What?
That's like the thing.
Okay, and I don't mind getting up early. That's fine. But even like when I go to Pikes Peak, and I've been there in the last couple of months, I've been there like 2 or 3 times. It is the place to go in Colorado Springs because it's right there, 10 minutes outside of Colorado Springs. You can't even find a place to park unless you get there at 4 o'clock in the morning. So where have you been that was just crazy crowded?
We're live on Facebook, and Kathy said Bourbon Street in New Orleans.
Oh, is that right?
I've never been in New Orleans. I think that'd be a great trip, though, especially like around Mardi Gras.
Right, but that's when it's most packed.
Yeah, I was going to say, usually that or like big
time.
holidays. I was there around Halloween time, and Bourbon Street was insane. But that's a place I like to go when it's packed because Bourbon Street is like one thing during the day when there's like nobody really around, and the smell of pee from the night before is on the street versus night when it's crowded. That's when it's like worth being on Bourbon Street.
There's some people who are like me. It's like I like to go somewhere secluded. Like if I could find a cabin like halfway between here and International Falls in the middle of nowhere, and there's like one other boat on the lake, that's a dream to me. But I don't want to go somewhere where it's super crowded. Some people probably don't mind. Like you go to Times Square and there's a lot of people and it's very festive.
Yeah, that's like the point of Times Square, essentially.
Right. Here's a text message. It says, I'm getting married in Glacier in 2 weeks. We had to get a pass to drive on a certain road 3 months in advance.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's the Going to the Sun road.
I think it is.
Because that's the one where, that's the one everybody wants to go on. Another one, Universal Studios in March. Disney World.
Yes.
Disney World in the summer.
I was going to say, is that when it's the most busy?
Well, that's because when all the kids are off of school.
Oh, okay,
so
that makes sense.
Summertime and then like winter break and spring break, obviously. But like the quietest time to go to Disney is February, early February.
Really? Mm-hmm. Because people just got back from Christmas or whatever and nobody's on break.
Late January, early February. And then once it starts getting into like spring break, don't go.
Don't go.
Yeah.
Also, Times Square, and period. But people think it's so cute to go and kiss on New Year's Eve. You are literally standing, like, there's no space in between you and the next person. And then you have to stand there for hours or more than a day at that point,
I wonder
really.
if it's one of those things, Vaughn, where you go and you go once and you go never again.
I'm sure.
I'm never going again.
I'm sure it is.
Text messages, the Minnesota State Fair, a bunch of sweaty Midwestern sardines in a sticky can. I love it. I love the State Fair.
I love it.
I mean, you hate it when it's so crowded, like every line is so long and there's like somebody pushing a 3-kid stroller really slowly in front of you.
That's one thing the State Fair has down is, yes, the lines are long, but it doesn't take that long.
No, they do a good job. Let me know, where did you go and what was too long? Where was it way too crowded? And maybe you went somewhere it's like, hey, we're surprised. There's not a lot of people here. We'll be right back. 1 hour commercial free. Ticket Tag Tuesday. Do you remember last hour's winner's name? If you do, you're all set. It's for Future and Metro Boomin' tickets. We'll do that next.
101.3. 101.3.
KDWB. Our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Coming back to Las Vegas. September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
Just added to the superstar lineup.
Dua Lipa and Halsey. Sharing the iHeart stage with Big Sean. Camila Cabello. Doja Cat. Gwen Stefani. Hosier. Keith Urban. New Kids on the Block. Paramore. Shabuzi. The Black Crows. Thomas Rhett. Victoria Monet.
Our
2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com. That's AXS.com.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of the 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
From the Custom One Exterior Weather Center.
The summer heat is coming in hot this week. We'll see mostly sunny skies today, a chance of some scattered thunderstorms later this afternoon with a high of 86, and then tomorrow partly sunny with a high of 84.
This report is sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts has everything from tractor belts and hoses to hydraulic fluid and filters in stock. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hey, it's Dave Ryan. I am going to start a support group for people like me who have tried renting one of those rug monster cleaning machines at the grocery store and just had a horrible experience. We'll sit around and tell our sob stories and have coffee. But here's some good news. The month of July is National Carpet Cleaning Month, and because of that, and it's the month of the 4th, Zero Res is offering 3 rooms, zero resified, starting at just $129, and you get a 4th room for free. It's also a perfect time of the year to get those air ducts cleaned with $75 off, and ask Zero Res about their cleaning your dryer vent too. Yes, that's important. We got in-laws coming. We got to get the house clean, guest room clean, hallways clean. Zero Res is going to take care of it. Call them at 952-ZERO-RES or find them online at ZeroResMinnesota.com and ask for the KDWB special. Very important. Spell it backward or forward. It spells the same. It's Zero Res.
From the Nicolay Law Studios, KDWB-FM, Richfield, Minneapolis, St. Paul, an iHeart radio station, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
This summer, click into easier yard cleanup with same-day delivery from the Home Depot. Click into clearing overgrown grass or weeds with effortless gas-like power. And click into the convenience of a battery platform compatible with over 250 tools with the Milwaukee M18 fuel trimmer, now for just $199. Click into power with 4th of July savings now at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Order select and stock items by 4 p.m., subject to availability.
Look at your cup holder. It's empty. And you're feeling thirsty. Head to a nearby convenience store and fill it with a Pepsi Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew, or Starry. Grab a delicious, refreshing Pepsi for the road.
You gotta let kids be kids. You gotta turn them loose on the playground, as long as the playground is safe. That's what's great about Zigazoo. It's a social network especially made for kids. Kids can make and share videos with other kids just like them. And because there are no comments or messaging, a mean comment on your kid's video won't ruin the fun. So let your kids be kids with Zigazoo, the world's largest social network for kids. Download the Zigazoo app today.
Hey, it's Dave Ryan with an impression of myself, the noise I used to make when I would bend down to feed the dog. Ready? Now, the good news is I don't have to make that noise anymore. Now that I've lost 20 pounds with Livia Weight Control Centers and kept it off, you can do the same thing. Call Livia today. Get ready for summer. Lose up to 10 pounds or more in your first 2 weeks. That's a reason to celebrate. We have so many reasons to be ready for summer, whether it's bike rides or weekends at the cabin or picnics in the park. Summer is so much better when you feel better too. And as a brand ambassador for Livia, I really appreciate the one-on-one support at the Livia Center in Minnetonka. Plus, new at Livia, they have semaglutide and tirzepatide weight loss medications. You can find out more. Visit Livia.com or call 855-GO-LIVIA. Personalized one-on-one nutrition and medical support. Choose the trusted leader serving our community for 15 years. That's Livia Weight Control Centers.
Ew. Gotta get rid of this old Backstreet Boys t-shirt.
Tell me why.
Because it stinks, boys.
Tell me why.
I've washed it so many times, but the odor won't come out.
Tell me why.
No, you tell me why I can't get rid of this odor.
Have you tried Downy Rinse and Refresh? It doesn't just cover up odors. It helps remove them.
Wow, it worked, guys.
Yeah.
Downy Rinse and Refresh removes more odor in 1 wash than the leading value detergent in 3 washes. Find it wherever you buy laundry products.
Not sure what to do after a car accident? Don't stall the call. Just call 1-800-ASK-GARY.
It's a free accident helpline to get you going in the right direction. Real people, free referrals, anytime, day or night. And tell them Roz sent you.
At Taco John's, we believe a better Taco Tuesday starts with better tacos. That means using 100% North American beef, cooking shells in-house daily, and a deal that makes you say, how are these only $1.29? Taco Tuesday is every Tuesday at Taco John's.
Aren't you worried Max might run off?
He's safe. We installed invisible fence. See a special collar?
So he can roam freely but won't leave the yard?
Exactly. And it was so easy. Invisible fence installed everything and even sent out an expert to train Max.
I need invisible fence for Roxy.
Go to invisiblefence.com to get started today, absolutely risk-free. Give your pet freedom and safety. Go to invisiblefence.com right now and schedule your free consultation. Go to invisiblefence.com. That's invisiblefence.com.
From the Quick Trip Traffic Center.
694 has delays westbound from University to 252. On the crosstown, we have delays eastbound from Gleason to Tracy. Westbound at Cedar, there's an accident on the right. There's an accident 35E southbound at Highway 36. 169 is slow northbound from Highway 101 to Old Shakopee. I'm Maria Arnold, and that's your latest Total Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Get immersed in new worlds and ideas with Audible. Explore an incredible selection of audiobooks, podcasts, and originals, all in one easy app. There's more to imagine when you listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
We are back. It is season 2 of your favorite New Girl Rewatch podcast. We have got a new season. We got a new name. We have got some of your favorite people from the New Girl universe. We've got the creator and showrunner, Liz Merriweather. We got the Max Greenfield.
We also have some of your least favorites, like Jake Johnson.
Oh, Lord.
Hannah, what's up?
We do have Jake Johnson, though.
Yeah. Listen to The Mess Around on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search The Mess Around and start listening.
Make us your poolside playlist. Listen on your smart speaker or on the iHeartRadio app. It's the Dave Ryan Show on KDWB.
Good morning. I want to just give you a little plug here for the Minnesota Goodbye, because if you've never heard the Minnesota Goodbye, it is an after-the-show podcast where we just can't say goodbye like we do in Minnesota. So we continue for another 15 or 25 minutes, and it's kind of like some little bonus content. And if you have never heard it before, when you get a chance, check out the Minnesota Goodbye. Just search Minnesota Goodbye on the iHeartRadio app. That is where more than half of people now listen to the radio. We're still on a big flame-throwing transmitter in Shoreview, Minnesota. But if you're not listening on your radio or in your car radio, there's the iHeartRadio app, which you can get anywhere. Like in Tampa, for example. Mm-hmm. I'm going to name all the cities where you can get us on the iHeartRadio
Ready
app.
to go.
Baltimore, Pittsburgh,
Mm.
Philadelphia.
Okay.
That's it. I guess I ran out. I thought I had a big list. And
One in Massachusetts, 2 PA, and that's it.
That's pretty much it. 722 commercial free for 1 hour on KDWB. We're talking about where is way too crowded. Jenny just got back from vacation. This one, Costco on a Sunday after church.
Oh, yes.
Okay, that is not a vacation destination.
To you. Some people
true.
it is.
Hey, it's the greatest.
Spam Museum. It was small and a bit overcrowded for my taste. That's one place where I've always wanted to go, Spam Museum.
You've not been there?
No, never been.
I mean,
No.
I haven't either, but I assumed you've been. You love Spam.
I do love Spam. Venice in May. Waited an hour to get on a water taxi with my pregnant wife. They made no accommodations for her. I made a horrible decision to drive through New York City. The fact that everybody had bumper pads made me nervous.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried turning around. Needless to say, I took a horrible turn, realized I was driving right toward the ball there everybody was trying to get to on New Year's Eve.
It's
Yikes.
What's a bumper pad?
I think it's exactly what it sounds like, a little rubbery thing you stick on your bumper, so when you have a little fender bender, you don't really get any damage.
What?
Maybe?
You've never seen those?
No.
Yeah, it hangs out of your trunk and then come down to your bumper.
Oh, interesting.
Also,
All right.
shout out Elsie, the big dirty 30 today.
Elise.
It's her birthday.
Happy
Oh, right. Thank
Probably.
you.
Elise.
It's Elise, not Elsie.
Happy
Elise.
birthday!
Thank you, Bailey.
You're welcome.
It is KDWB. We're going to do Talk Back Tuesday. All you got to do to win the tickets for Metro Boomin' and Future is call me now. Tell me who last hour's ticket winner was. Get through. Be caller number 10. He was a very memorable person We
Oh my
gave
gosh.
you a little device to remember his name. I hope it worked. But if you didn't hear it and you listened to this hour's winner, then remember it for next hour. Because basically, you got to tell me the name of last hour's winner on Ticket Tag Tuesday to win these tickets.
And I get the stacking up, I'm untouchable.
When's the show? Sunday?
No. Is it a Sunday night?
No, it's a Wednesday. It's like 3 Wednesdays from now.
It's
Wednesday, July 31st.
Yeah, I was going to say, not till the end of the month.
Okay, gotcha. If you want to go, call me now. Caller number 10, Ticket Tag Tuesday on KDWB. What celebrity annoys you so much that you would put them on a one-way trip to the moon? Now, one rule on this one on Talkback Tuesday, it can't be a politician.
Okay.
Because everybody's going to say either Trump or Biden or Nancy Pelosi or somebody. I don't, that's not what we're doing. I'm thinking about what celebrity would you put on a one-way trip to the moon? Off the top of my head, I'm going to go ahead and say Ariana Grande because she bugs me, but I don't really care that much. Who would you put, Bailey, on a one-way trip to the moon?
Probably Kanye West.
Ooh, good one.
Because he's a trash person in general, and also just like every time he opens his mouth, he creates some kind of problem. So I wouldn't mind if he was just gone.
Jenny, who would you put on a one-way trip to the moon?
Mine's a little obscure, but I would probably say Bazzi, the artist, because
What?
Because he's a little bit of a diva. We've had him at some of our Jingle Balls and or Star Parties, and I just feel like he thinks that he is Kanye West, and he is definitely not. So I would say him, but I know that he's not very well known. So if I had to choose someone, I'm going to be honest, and people might come at me for this. Ellen DeGeneres. I used to love her, but now I don't know. She just is kind of annoying to me now. I know she's done a lot of good, and I don't want to not
Don't
point that out.
apologize for your opinion,
But she's
Jenny.
annoying.
You have a strong opinion. You don't need to apologize
She's
for
annoying.
hating Ellen DeGeneres.
Stand on that business, Jenny.
Yeah.
Stand on that business.
I will.
Use the talkback feature in the iHeartRadio app. Now, you got to tell us who, but you have to tell us why. Because if you just say James Corden, well, that's not as interesting. You got to give us the reason why. Vaughn, who would you put on a one-way trip to the moon?
I have an obscure one, but we've all heard of Tekashi 6ix9ine just because he's a clown. But if I got to pick somebody more mainstream, I'd go Lizzo.
What?
Yeah.
America's sweetheart?
Tell me why.
Because she's just in the past couple years, she was dancing on the table at the Lakers game and then was like, oh, you guys are judging me for doing this. Yeah, because there's kids. It's a Lakers game. What are you doing? And then she just switches up. Then the whole thing with the background dancers. And she's like, you guys are trying to cancel me. Well, you've been rude. She's just a lot.
Okay.
I just went on a tangent. Sorry.
I wouldn't disagree.
Jeez.
Did we ask you yet, Bailey?
Yeah, Kanye.
Kanye, that's right. Okay. Short-term memory problems. Everybody on The View would be put on there. Joe Rogan, Kevin Bacon.
What? Kevin Bacon is a
Footloose.
national treasure.
Footloose.
What?
He kind of is. He's in the new Maxine movie, and he was also in the new Beverly Hills Cop 4 movie, Axel F.
I'm glad he's working.
Let me tell you, I watched part of Axel F last night. It ain't good.
No.
It ain't good.
I wouldn't imagine it is. I didn't Coming to America, too. That was Eddie Murphy's other sequel he did 30 years after the fact.
Beverly Hills Cop was so good, but it was 40 years ago. And now it's like it was just a low-budget, poorly written version of Beverly Hills Cop.
Hang it up, guys. Hang it up.
Who would you put on a one-way trip to the moon? Taylor Swift is a popular answer. You got to tell us why.
I was like, if it's just because you're annoyed with hearing her music, that's one thing. But if you think she's annoying herself, then I understand.
I can see how she annoys people. You know what I mean? Because everywhere you turn is Taylor Swift because she is the most famous person in the world right now. And some people are just like,
They're just sick of listening about her or hearing about her. So then hey, send her to the moon.
Yeah.
Don't have to hear about her anymore.
Use the Talkback feature in the iHeartRadio app because we would love to hear who you would want to send on a one-way trip to the moon. We've got somebody on the phone who is our Ticket Tag Tuesday winner. Good morning. What is your name? Is this Tiffany?
My name's Tiffany, yes.
Tiffany, oh my God. If you can do this, you're going to the show. Who was last hour's winner? Randy.
Yes.
What do you remember most about Randy, Tiffany?
I just remember he was really, really talkative.
Yeah, really talkative. And he said, I met you one time, Dave Ryan.
You were wearing a chinchilla coat.
And I said, I've never worn a chinchilla coat in my life.
I met you you and Jenny this past girls' night out back in like March or February.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Love it, Tiffany.
How are we going to remember Tiffany's name? We could go with the artist, or we could go with Tiffany and Company.
Yeah, I'm thinking Tiffany and Company.
Let's do
Tiffany's.
Okay, or
Yeah.
Breakfast at Tiffany's. Let's
Oh,
do.
yeah.
I said, what about Breakfast at Tiffany's? I think we should play that. I think we should play that song. I really do.
Do you?
Let's play that song for Boss Check and see whether the boss freaks out. You're going to the show. Yay! Tiffany, hold on for 1 second. We'll do it again next hour. So remember the name Tiffany, and this will help you. Because here's a song you haven't heard in years, like since 1996 on KDWB. And Metro Boomin. we were asking on Talkback Tuesday, who is the celebrity you would want to send on a one-way trip to the moon?
Hey, KDWB, this is Kyle from Andover. I would put JoJo Siwa on a one-way ticket to the moon. I can't stand that she thinks she invented gay pop. She's over the top. Almost every time she talks, I think it's super annoying. So that's who I would send.
Okay.
She invented gay pop. I love that.
She did say that at one point.
I know.
Did she say she invented gay pop?
Yeah.
Yes.
She thought that she came up with something, and she did not.
Okay. Here's a good one.
Hey, good morning, KDWB fam and friends. BFF Mike here. Who would I send on a one-way trip to the moon? Dave Ryan.
Yep.
Because then Susan would be single and Jenny in the morning zoo. Of course, I'm kidding. Dave, you're my guy. Love you.
Thank you. Love you back, Mike. All right. Here's an interesting one.
Hey, guys. It's your boy, Benjamin. And if I could send one celebrity on a one-way trip to the moon, it would be Matthew Broderick. Ferris Bueller himself. Why, do you say? Because when I met him circa 2015, he was not excited to meet me, and he was very unimpressed when I gave him the very nice compliment of, I loved you as the voice of Simba. Can you believe that? You get in that rocket, Matthew Broderick. Goodbye.
I love Benjamin.
Failed to mention that he was in the bathroom when he approached Matthew Broderick.
Too funny. Talkback Tuesday. What celebrity would you send on a one-way trip to the moon? And you got to tell us why.
Hey, my name is Peyton, and I would send Tom Cruise to the moon because he needs to get out of here with that Scientology crap. That would be great. I just cannot stand him anytime I see his face.
Okay, here's another. Guess what? A repeat.
I would put JoJo Siwa on a one-way trip to the moon because, my God, she's just annoying. And her dancing just looks so dumb. And she just does anything for attention, and I can't stand it.
Isn't that interesting that she says her dancing looks so dumb when she started because of Dance Moms?
Yeah, but now it looks nuts. Have you seen that video with Mario Lopez and her dancing?
Yes.
It's so dramatic. Dave, I got to show you later.
Okay, I can't wait.
Oh, I know it.
Another one, JoJo Siwa via text. It says she's trying way too hard to be relevant when she has no talent or relevance anymore.
Ooh, wow, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like her song "Karma."
I do too.
Really?
I first liked it ironically, and now it's actually this is kind of a bop. Yeah.
It's kind of like when I didn't like "Stars Are Blind" by Paris Hilton,
and now you sing it every morning.
Well, it's on my running playlist. It actually is. Here's another one on Talkback Tuesday.
I'm sending Taylor Swift on a one-way ticket to the moon. I could not care less if I never heard her songs again. She could perform in my bathroom, and I would leave.
You would leave?
I would leave.
If you were on the toilet and she came in and she was singing?
Not even, just mid-wipe. Just get up and dip.
Wow. More text messages. Jelly Roll, God, I can't stand him.
Oh, gee.
Morgan Wallen, bye-bye.
Yes.
Another one says, I'd send Bono from U2 to the moon. Ever since we were all forced to receive Songs of Innocence album on iTunes for free.
I remember that.
That's when your new iPad, not iPad.
It was all Apple devices. It was phones, iPods,
They
tablets.
came loaded, with the album. This one says, I'm not sure why people hate on Taylor Swift. She brings a lot of good into the world, especially for women and girls. If there is anybody to send to the moon, it's the whole Kardashian family, the worst kind of example for women and girls. Okay. What else we got here? Who do you want to send it to
Someone
the moon?
texted in Aaron Rodgers. He's the most fakest D-bag I've ever personally met.
I've heard good and bad about Aaron
Yeah?
Rodgers. Yeah. Thanks for all those. We appreciate that. It's Talkback Tuesday. We're going to do a group therapy in a second. Before I get to that, I'm going to do Dave's Dirt. But on group therapy, basically, it is somebody who found out what their friend's hobby was, and they laughed at the hobby. They're like, that's a thing? And now their friend is mad and not speaking to them because they laughed at their hobby. But what kind of a hobby is so bizarre that their friend laughed at them? We'll get to that in a second on group therapy.
The Dave Ryan Show, 101.3 KDWB.
Dirt is brought to you by Nicolay Law Offices. Dolly Parton is talking about her very first song. She's been writing songs since she was like a kid. Here is Dolly Parton talking about her very first songs.
The first song actually was before I started writing. I was about 5 years old. I had a little cob doll that Mama made me, and I named her Tiny Tassel Top because she had corn tassels for hair. So I wrote a little song, Little Tiny Tassel Top, I love you an awful lot. Hope you never go away. I want you to stay.
Okay,
Nice.
that's adorable.
Cute.
That is adorable. Yesterday, we mentioned Dua Lipa and Halsey are among the big names who will headline this year's iHeartRadio Music Festival in Vegas. You can buy tickets at AXS.com. Doja Cat, Gwen Stefani, Camila Cabello, and New Kids on the Block, and that's just some of them. Remember, it's September 21st and 22nd. The cool thing about it is it's in Las Vegas.
I think this year it's the 20th and the 21st.
What did I say?
You said one day over.
The 20th and 21st. Okay, gotcha. The husband of Simone Biles is trying to redeem himself. I guess earlier this year, Jonathan Owens declared with confidence that he's the catch in their marriage. And then he tried to downplay the online backlash. He avoided much of the criticism by turning off his notifications. He says, I stay off social media. Basically, he's got a part-time NFL career. I don't even know. I don't even know who he plays for.
Well, the Packers. And, he's not a big player on the Packers.
No.
So
He's not the catch.
He definitely tried to take the fandom of Simone away from her. But it was on a podcast, and I feel like it was taken a little bit out of context.
Like he was trying to be funny, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. But still, it wasn't, what he said wasn't worded probably what he meant.
Chapel Roan.
Yes.
Entered the top 10 for the first time in her career with Good Luck Babe. And Sabrina Carpenter's got 2 tracks on the Billboard Hot 100, Please, 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 and Espresso. It is a contender for Song of the Summer.
Like Vontavious Carl Leak predicted, baby.
Did you say that one? You said which one?
I said Espresso because Please, Please, Please hadn't come out yet.
Okay, gotcha.
Chapel's coming up. I'm going to beat you.
Shabuzi's got his hit song, A Bar Song, as the first black artist to reach, or black male, that is, to reach number 1 on the country and Hot 100 charts. But I guess Beyonce preceded him earlier this year as the first black artist to have number 1 with Texas Hold'em from
Black
the Cowboy.
female artist, yeah.
Yeah, exactly right. This morning, Billie Eilish and Phineas appear on Hot Ones spinoff called Versus. They sit across from each other and eat hot wings in a modified interview format. Then Thursday, it is Sabrina Carpenter's turn. What is Versus? It's a spinoff of Hot Ones. Does anybody know?
Well, Versus, I
Is that
thought
the Versus battle?
I was going to say, that's usually like a rap battle between people, or Versus, like, isn't it about like their albums and what they've all brought out? Is that what it is, Font?
That's what I know it to be. I don't know what this new one is. That's interesting.
Elton John was shopping and he had to pee. No store would let him pee, so he borrowed a Gatorade bottle from his bodyguard, peed in the Gatorade bottle in the store. The bottle was not big enough, so he sloshed it all over the floor. But
It's such a weird story in general, like that the store wouldn't let him use the bathroom, but on top of it, like he couldn't have exited the store and maybe gone somewhere else, like maybe in a vehicle nearby that he was probably being transported in. It's
Jenny,
such a strange
I don't
story.
know. When you got to go and you're 77 and you've had prostate problems, you don't have a lot of time.
I guess.
Rules that Bachelorette contestants have to follow include the typical confidentiality stuff, plus the fact they're not allowed phones or internet, and they can't wear certain clothing patterns that clash on camera. I thought that was kind of interesting.
The new Bachelorette or Bachelor season starts Monday, I believe.
Oh, it was yesterday.
Is that right?
Oh, it was.
It was yesterday, Monday.
Yeah, it started yesterday.
God, I've been on vacation. I forget what day it is. You're right. My bad.
I gotcha. And Democratic donors are supposedly proposing a plan for a quick primary race to replace President Biden on the ticket. It would include candidates doing forums hosted by cultural icons, including Taylor Swift. This is pretty much the headline on any news that you watch, is the president not wanting to step away from the election, and then people, even Democrats, calling for him to step aside after his poor debate performance. But then he was on, I think he was interviewed by George Stephanopoulos on Sunday, and I saw it, and he looked perfectly lucid. I mean, he lost his place a couple of times, but then so do I.
Right.
You know?
That's true, and you're younger, much younger.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Courtney Love's birthday is today. How old is Courtney Love? Want to take a guess?
I know because I put together the birthday list, so
Jenny,
I will let Jenny guess.
How old do you want to guess she is?
61.
60 years old.
Oh, so close.
Tom Hanks is having a birthday. Vaughn, how old is Tom Hanks today?
Tom Hanks is 65.
68 years old.
Man,
And
we
Fred
close.
Savage has got a birthday today. Jenny, how old is Fred Savage?
Who is Fred Savage?
That's
The Wonder Years.
Corey from Boy Meets World, his
No,
brother.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy.
That
right.
guy, you know, I have no
yeah.
idea.
He is 89.
No.
No.
He's 52.
48 years old today.
101.3 KDWB. The Dave Ryan Show.
I want you to listen to this story from Caitlin, who had something very interesting happen on a friend date, and now she feels bad for her reaction to what her friend said about her hobby. So let's talk to Caitlin and find out what her issue is on group therapy. Hi, Caitlin.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Thanks for being on. I saw your email. Tell me the backstory. What's going on, and what did you say? What happened?
So I was talking to this woman that I just met at work. She started, a few weeks ago, so we don't really know each other very well, but we were sitting and having lunch together, and we really hit it off. We had great conversation. So I was just telling her a little bit about myself, and I said something like, I have admittedly this weird hobby. I like to forage wild mushrooms.
Okay, which is you basically go out in the woods and you look for mushrooms and you find out which ones are edible and which ones are not, and then you take them back home and then you prepare them and cook them. Yeah.
If you're lucky enough to find them, foraging takes some time.
Yeah.
Well, great.
Okay, so that's a cool hobby, but that wasn't the problem.
Yeah, I don't really tell everyone this because people usually think it's a little bit weird, but she was like, hey, here, listen, this is what I do. And she said, I do hobby horse competitions. And I was like, I don't know what a hobby horse is. So she had to explain it to me. It's like the horse head on the stick, and you run around, and you have it between your legs, and you go around this high school gymnasium, and you jump over bars like you would in a real horse competition. And I was like, what the hell?
Like,
I'm sorry, what?
the horse toy, that kids play with?
Yeah, like a kid's, the stuffed horse head on the stick.
Oh,
and
wow.
then you, pretend to ride it, and you gallop around, and you jump over.
All right, okay. Pause, hit pause. Everybody pull out your phone, pull out your computer.
Yeah,
I'm going to look up hobby horse.
And you're saying this is a
competition.
real competition thing?
This is apparently a real thing.
Competitive is crazy.
All right, let me just look at
It's crazy. So she I mean, this is so strange to me.
I'm sorry. I just saw a picture of I can't tell how old the girl is because it's a distant picture, but it says, hobby horsing is a hobby with gymnastics elements which use hobby horses, also known as stick horses, which is basically, it's a horse head on a broomstick. Movement sequences similar to those in show jumping or dressage are partly simulated in courses without real horses being used. The participants predominantly use self-made hobby horses. How old is the friend of yours that you met at work?
She's 35.
And at 35 years old, she does hobby horsing? Which I didn't even know until this very minute was a thing.
Right.
When you said that, I thought it meant the competitions on actual horses, where they're showing the horses off, or they're the actual horses jumping over hurdles or whatever it is. That's what I thought you meant by hobby horse.
So
but it's not a real horse.
So she told you this, and then your reaction kind of upset her. What did you do when she told you?
Well, I laughed because I was like, what is this? Is this real? And so she was a little bit hurt. And so she pulled up this video of her doing it to prove that it's a real thing. And it was even more ridiculous.
Did you laugh in her face?
I was laughing, and I couldn't help it. And it was so awful. So now she's hated that conversation, obviously, and she's avoiding me at work. So it's escalated in that way. But do I apologize? Do I just let it go? Like I said, I don't know her very well, but we were, becoming friends.
Yeah, I don't know. What would you do? What would you tell Caitlin to do? I mean, we all have our answers, but I want to hear an answer from you. Call me at 651-989-KDWB. Send me a text at KDWB1. What do you think Caitlin should do? So you went to lunch with this woman, you're kind of hitting it off, and you're talking about hobbies, and you do mushroom foraging, which is cool. I mean, that sounds really kind of cool, honestly. And then she's like, well, I got an unusual hobby, too. I do hobby horsing. And you're like, what is that? And she shows you a video of her astride a broom with a horse head on the top. And she takes this seriously. There's real competitions. And they do it like, they probably don't do it at the XL Energy Center.
No.
So they do it at like a local high school gymnasium. And all these, I'm going to go ahead and call them weirdos. All these weirdos are leaping around with a hobby horse between their legs like an 8-year-old with a toy horse.
I'm watching a video right now, and people are actually like trotting like their horses. Like their legs
Like
are
high knees.
actually trotting, yes.
Wow.
I mean, it does look like a good workout.
Does she do it for a workout or because she loves horses, or if she seems normal in every other way? I mean, there's nothing people have got weird ass hobbies. They do. One of Bailey's friends collects teeth of like animals and beavers and badgers and baby teeth, and that's weirder than a hobby horse, I'll be honest. But the hobby horse thing is a little, I don't know. I mean, if you get a 10-year-old daughter, that's probably cute if she's into it.
Right.
35-year-old grown-ass woman riding around a gym on a hobby horse? I don't know. What do you think? Call me at 651-989-KDWB, and we'll see what you think. We do have some text messages in. Never speak of it again. Hobby horse camps are exactly what I thought of when you said she had a weird hobby. But then here's somebody else. They said, I mean, listen, they have air guitar competitions and air band competitions, too.
I did not know that.
They actually do, yeah.
Wow.
I've never been to one, but I've heard of, like, air guitar competitions. I think that's a little bit tongue-in-cheek, though.
Sure.
Because you know how silly it is.
Right. Versus hobby horsing, it feels like they're, taking it very seriously.
Let's get on the phone here and see what we've got with the phone 651-989-KDWB. Hi, Carrie.
Hi, good morning.
What did you want to say to Caitlin and the hobby horse?
So, first of all, this has been around for many years. It's not something new. It's just starting to gain popularity. But it is...
Oh, your phone's cutting out. I'll give you another chance. It's not your fault that your phone's cut out. Say it again, please.
I will say that it takes, it's a huge exercise for your entire body. It takes a lot of skill and strength to do what they're doing.
Do you actually do this, Carrie?
I've tried it a couple times, and I was just exhausted afterwards.
Wow.
Okay, well, I get exhausted after being on the treadmill, but at least I don't look stupid.
I mean, you look plenty stupid on the treadmill.
I do look plenty stupid. I run funny. I have a weird gait.
I do suggest that you give it a try and just try it once and see what it's like.
Oh, my God. Wouldn't it be funny, Caitlin, if you went down to the hobby horse meeting and you kind of liked it, and next thing you knew, you're on eBay buying a hobby horse?
Hobby horse champ.
Wow.
All right.
Let's look at some other text messages. Basically, she wants to know whether she should apologize or not.
A lot of people are saying apologize.
I think you should apologize.
I mean, it's a passion for her. So you should apologize. Here's my thought on it. I feel like if she couldn't handle that you were laughing at it, maybe you guys won't be friends because she doesn't have the same sense of humor as you. But you should still apologize because you clearly hurt her feelings if she's avoiding you.
Yeah, that's super fair.
I mean, I think if I were the woman with the hobby horse and somebody laughed, I'd be like, yeah, I know. It does seem weird, but it's actually really cool and it's fun and it's a great exercise. But she is now giving you the cold shoulder because you laugh. I can't imagine the rest of that lunch. You ready to go? You all good? Text messages. Buy her some flowers. A wreath of flowers and place it around her head. Okay, stop it. Another one. It's okay to have weird hobbies. It keeps life fun, but you got to be able to laugh at yourself.
Right.
Another one says, apologize no matter what, not to earn trust or potential friendship, just sincerely apologize. Kindness matters. Well, I think you really are. I mean, you're kind of sorry because she's a nice person, but you just kind of, seriously, I would have been caught off guard too with somebody such a weird hobby. Like when I heard Bailey's friend collects baby teeth.
I don't really think that's a hobby. That's just a collection.
It's all
That's
creepy
even
nonetheless.
Worse. Even worse. Okay. Next KWB bit. hobby horse competition. No, I
Jenny
don't
would get
think
really
so.
into it.
I
She would like
would.
push us over, and we'd be like, "Hey, stop."
Jenny's competitive. Yeah.
I would like start whacking you guys with my stick instead of like actually
This
doing
horse
it
is
right.
attacking me.
Natalie, you heard Caitlin tell the story about she met a friend. Her friend's telling about hobbies, and her friend does hobby horse competitions where you sit on a broomstick horse like a 4-year-old kid, and you ride it around an arena and you do jumps. Natalie, what do you think?
Hi. Yes. Okay. So when I first learned about it, I thought it was really weird too. And I'm not into it, but I was like, okay, I'm going to have an open mind. I'm going to do some research on this. And so I learned that a lot of the reasons why people do it is because it's like animal friendly, like you're not using a real live animal. It's also very inclusive because you don't have to buy an expensive horse. And so those are some of the reasons that people were participating in horse hobby. Or
Okay, and also no poop. There's no
Yeah, no
there's no
poop.
there's
Yeah,
no horse
that's
poop
a
in
big
there.
Famously, no poop.
Let's do one more call here. Sarah, should she apologize and kind of win her friend back, or should she ignore her, invite her mushroom foraging? What should she do?
I 100% think she should apologize.
I wouldn't. I would make a mockery of it.
Dave,
Yeah, you would.
No, you wouldn't.
I would come by.
Yes, you
I'd
would.
This is what I would do. I'd get a vacuum cleaner.
Mm-hmm.
I'd come by her desk at work, riding the vacuum cleaner, and be like, "Oh, look at this! This is a new thing. Whoa, hey, look at this! Oh, hey, weirdo!"
And then you'd get reported to HR.
Have a sense of humor. So she should apologize.
I think she should apologize. Lady's probably a nice person, and don't know. I've seen videos of the hobby horsing stuff, and I mean, silly.
Okay, I'm going to tell you this one right now. Hobby horse websites are getting hit up by
Yes.
a lot
Yeah,
of
they
traffic from people listening to KDWB who had never heard of this before. Is there? Let me ask you this one. Caitlin, I think if you know what, I think the consensus is do the decent thing and apologize and say, I'm sorry I laughed. I didn't know that was a real thing. I know it's important to you, and I apologize. That's not going to be so hard to do.
Yeah.
No, it won't. I just needed some affirmations to do that.
Yeah, I think apologize. She's human, and she's probably very sensitive about her weird-ass hobby. Let me ask you this one. Who did you date or have have a friendship with, and you had to overlook their weird hobby? Like maybe your boyfriend or somebody that you dated was in an air guitar competition, and every Friday night they'd go around the state for an air guitar competition. Or maybe somebody was way into, I don't know, I'm going to throw out taxidermy. Because to me, that's odd. I wouldn't want to do that. But if I dated somebody who was way into it, I'd respect that.
Sure. It makes people more interesting if they have weird hobbies, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least they have a hobby.
Yeah, at least they have something and they're not just, a vegetable.
For sure. What did you have to overlook in order to date this person? Let me know. Send me a text or call me, 651-989-KDWB. Are we about to do Lyric Shuffle,
We are.
Jenny? All right, Lyric Shuffle coming right up on KDWB. On the Dave Ryan in the Morning Show, going to mention that Dua Lipa and Halsey have just been added to the iHeartRadio Music Festival lineup. That is coming up on September 20th and 21st in Las Vegas. Tickets are on sale now. The lineup is huge. Everybody from New Kids on the Block to Camila Cabello, all going to be in Las Vegas for the iHeart Festival. It's 2 nights. You want to get tickets? Yeah, we'll have them to give away here on KDWB. But if you want to buy them, it's on AXS.com. It is going to be Vaunt versus me, hosted by Jenny on Lyric Shuffle. Are you ready, Vaunt?
Right.
Woo, woo, woo. I'm nervous.
Why are you nervous? You always do really well at this game.
Me and you just get so competitive every time we do this.
Yeah, you look kind of ill. Why are you that nervous?
It's just how I look.
You want to sit down?
It's nothing abnormal.
Nothing new. All right, ready to go.
All right, Vaughn, you're going first today. Let's do it this time where if you happen to get the random example I have to go with the random word, you get 2 points.
Ooh, okay.
Here you go, Vaughn. Just kidding. Hold on.
Just kidding.
Star.
I had starships.
You are my shining star. Don't you go away. The great thing is I got more time to think about it than you did.
You know,
so
the great thing is after this, we can fight.
Okay, well, let's do it. Let's do it.
true.
What was your song, Jenny? I know that's not it.
No.
Oh.
She was gonna be a star.
1985 by
Yes.
Bowling for Soup.
Yeah, I remember
Great
that
song.
one.
All right, Dave has the steal, though, on that one. So 1 point for you, Dave. And it is your turn, Dave. Breaking.
I don't have anything.
We're breaking free. We're soaring, flying.
What the hell was
That was
that?
High School Musical, baby.
What?
High School Musical.
Oh,
Zac
God.
Efron in his prime.
Okay.
Good job. I love that you two did that in unison, too. You
I
just
did not.
Looked at each other
knew.
like we know this.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, Vaughn has the steal on that. I guess that's how we're playing today. 1 point for each of you. Vaughn's word now. Drop.
Drop down and get your eagle on, girl. Drop down and get your eagle on, girl.
Good job, Vaughn.
Yeah, baby.
What was the song you had, Jenny?
Not that, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
I bet you had Drop It Like It's Hot. Yep, I knew
Drop
it.
it like it's hot. Drop it like it. I didn't even think of that song. Oh, well. Still got it.
All right, here you go, Dave. Black.
Back in black. Been too long. I'm glad to be back. Thank you.
Good job.
What did you have, Jenny?
Black hole sun.
Whoa. Wow.
Cut.
A little bit, yep. Tied up 2-2. We're on to round 3. Vaughn's word. Might.
I might. No, nothing. Nothing.
What do you got, Dave? Anything?
I might like it
No.
that way.
No, stop it. Knock it off.
Okay.
He does this
No.
every week
What?
where you just start. Oh.
Oh, wow. Weird round this week.
Yeah.
What's the score?
2-2.
Okay.
All right, Dave, this is your word. Off. Come on, Dave.
Nothing.
Oh my God.
Turn the lights, Oh, no, that's down low. Now I was going to say off. Oh.
Bailey Tegan.
Shake it up. Shake
Oh,
it up.
Yo. Throw me and Dave in the garbage.
Wow, this is weird. We have a 3-way tie now. Bailey has 2 points. Dave has 2.
That's funny.
Vaughn has 2.
Bailey should play this every week because you're good at it too. We can turn it into a
I
3-player game.
I clam up usually.
Okay.
But
Okay,
I'm here.
so yeah, 2-2 right now. Final round. This one is for Vaughn. Coming.
I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Tell the world that I'm coming home.
Good one. Okay.
Yeah, good
Thank
job. All right, Dave, if you get this, we will go to the tiebreaker.
I'm ready.
You better lose.
Help.
Help. I need somebody. Help. Not just anybody. Help.
You know
Okay,
I
all
need
right.
some.
No one to stop. No one to stop. No one to stop.
All right, we are tied. We're going to the tiebreaker round. This one, you just jump in. You're both getting the same word. Jump in with the song as soon
Whenever?
as you know it.
All right.
Yeah, as soon as you know. Here you go. Every.
Every little step I take, you will be there. Every little step. Come on, Bobby Brown. I was just watching that last night.
Dang, good job, Vaughn.
Wow,
Vaughn
really
wins
good one.
today.
Wow, good job, Vaughn. See, you do fine. You do just fine.
You look fine.
Hey, going back really quick, we were talking about the weird hobbies that you overlooked when you dated somebody. There's actually a bunch of these. I dated a guy this is a text message. It says, I dated a guy that collected medieval weaponry, machetes. Weird AF, scary-looking weapons hung over the walls of his apartment. Terrified the first time I went to his place. After I got to know him, though, he was harmless. Thank God.
Sounds hot.
My boyfriend thought it was a great date to go out to the international dealer and sit in new tractors. Okay, it did include making out. I dated somebody so obsessed with SpongeBob that he couldn't sleep without playing. Yikes, red flag. I don't tell people that I'm in a bunch of furry groups online. I'm not a furry, but I like the community. Is
I
that
think
where
that
you
means you're a furry. Even if you're in the community and you don't dress up.
Is that where you dress up in like a plushy fur? Is there a difference between a plushie and a furry?
Yeah, kind of like a
One of the
cartoon
animal
dog.
costumes or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Another one, I had to overlook my boyfriend's hobby of smoking meth. Well, I guess so, yeah. I guess that is one you kind of, you have to overlook that one. Thanks for all those. We appreciate it. I'm going to give you the keyword now before we do War of the Roses. Here comes your keyword. You got to go on KDWB.com and enter this keyword. Now, yesterday it was a train wreck because we talked about the keyword and how you can win $1,000, but it wasn't working. Will somebody open up the website really quick and go to KDWB.com? Make sure the box pops up so before we make a big deal out of this one, because the keyword can win you $1,000. You can buy.
Box pops up.
It does pop up? Okay, good. Here's your keyword for $1,000. Go enter this. You got to jump start on everybody else.
101.3 KDWB and American Building Contractors want to help you win $1,000.
Just enter this nationwide keyword on KDWB.com.
Cash. That's cash.
Enter it now at KDWB.com. Love to see you win it, but you got to play if you want to win. So go online, KDWB.com. Enter that keyword cash, and don't think about it as a contest. Think about it as you already won. What would you buy with this money? Would you buy yourself a lily pad? Would you buy yourself, you know what? Paddle North has got great paddle boards. There's still plenty of summer left. We're only halfway through July. What are you going to do with your $1,000? Go enter that keyword cash on KDWB.com. Good luck.
Time to count the red flags.
Oh my God.
It's the War of the Roses on the Dave Ryan Show on KDWB.
Time for War of the Roses on KDWB. Tess is on the phone worried about her boyfriend cheating with their neighbor, Lorraine. So let's hear this whole story, Tessa. What's going on? Why are you on KDWB to trap Jared to see who he wants to send roses to? What's up?
Hey, guys. What's up? Well, we live in an apartment together in White Bear Lake. And so we have this neighbor, Lorraine, which you can probably guess by her name. By the way, Jared is 26 and she's 51.
Okay.
And he used to hang out with her at her place. He'd actually sneak out to go over there and hang out with her. But
Like in the middle of the night or what? Like you'd wake up and you'd pat his side of the bed and there's no Jared and you'd find him over at Lorraine's? Or when you say sneak out, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, it would be in the middle of the night. Like, I would fall asleep and then I kind of heard him wrestling, but I just kind of now started to realize that he'd left the actual whole entire apartment and he was over there hanging out with her. So he was sneaking out to do it. But I didn't confront him on it because I always was kind of am I dreaming about this? And he.
Oh my God, I would so confront that.
Yeah.
That is to me, that's like he's sneaking out middle of the night.
Yeah.
Did you ever see them? Did she ever come over to your apartment and hang out and anything like that?
Yeah, she was over once. And, she's just a nice old lady, but she was sprucing up.
She's old. She's 51. She's old.
Well, to you, if he's 26, I'm going to guess you're around his age. Maybe 51 does seem old, but to say little old lady makes me laugh because it's not that old.
Okay, so she comes over and she is sprucing up the apartment, or what? What did you say?
Yeah, I mean, she would clean up after Jared, and there's this thing I really noticed that she did was having soapware placed inside a mug in the sink. That's such an old lady thing to do.
God, is it really?
Do you do that, Dave?
No, I don't.
Okay.
No. So, but you would notice that in the sink there was a coffee mug and she would put dirty silverware in it instead of just laying it in the sink. And you're saying Jared didn't do that?
No.
So that's her sign. That's her watermark, her trademark that she, okay. So then what happened? So did you ever confront and find out whether Jared was seeing Lorraine?
I mean, she's moved now. I think last I've heard, because I updated with Jared, was she moved to Cottage Grove. So she's not around anymore, but I definitely didn't like the relationship that they had while she was around.
But that's so funny. And he never admitted to anything. What did he say that she was? I mean, if I'm sneaking out of the house to go see anybody, especially a woman, across the hall,
No
in the
matter
middle of
the
night,
age, maybe?
No matter the age. What did he say? Because you have to ask him about. Did you ask him about that?
I mean, during the day when I would notice him over there, like when he came back, I'd always ask, why do you spend time over at Lorraine's? And he'd always have an excuse, like he was patching up a hole in the wall or hanging something for her. There's always an excuse. And I just think at nighttime, I was such a hard sleeper. I am such a hard sleeper that I guess I was really not even sure if he was getting up to go see her or not.
Okay.
So what's the latest and why do you care anymore? Because if she's in Cottage Grove, what difference does it make?
Yeah, the silverware in the mug thing happened again the other day. I came home. I went to go visit my family in Wisconsin, and I came home to a coffee mug with silverware inside of it. And that's just not Jared to do that.
Yep. So you think she came over while you were out of town visiting her family?
Oh, 100%.
So you asked Jared about it, naturally.
Yeah, and he just claimed she wasn't over. I was like, well, why is the silverware inside the mug? You would never do that. And he's just like, I don't know, I just did it.
I wonder how many people put their silverware inside the mug in the sink. I don't. What's the purpose? I just throw it all in there.
I guess if you have a buildup on the fork or something to help
soak it.
Yeah, kind of the same way like a casserole dish. You put water in it in the sink to soak it before you maybe put it in the dishwasher or something.
Okay, is that an old lady thing to do?
It honestly kind of reminds me of something my mom would do, but I don't know.
So we think that maybe Lorraine was back at the house when you were in Wisconsin over the weekend. What we can do is we can call and set a trap, and we can call and say, hey, Jared, is your bank calling or your phone company? And you take this quick little survey, and we will give you a dozen roses to send anywhere you want to. And we'll see whether he sends them to Lorraine in Cottage Grove or to Tessa in White Bear Lake.
Better be Tessa. It's going to be weird if he sends them to Lorraine.
It totally would. And even if he doesn't send him to Lorraine, that doesn't mean you would send him to your girlfriend, but that doesn't really mean anything. But I will tell you what it does mean. If he does send them to Lorraine, that's a huge problem. All right, stay there. Let me ask you a couple of questions. As you're listening to War of the Roses, tell me, do you put your silverware inside of a mug in the sink? 2, is that an old lady thing? 3, if you notice your boyfriend or your partner was sneaking out in the middle of the night to go see the neighbor across the hall, would you be done right there? And was Lorraine at his apartment this weekend while she was in Wisconsin? I need your thoughts. Send them via text to KDWB1. That's 53921. And we'll be back in a second. We're going to make the call on War of the Roses to set the trap for Jared. And we'll also talk to Jonathan Fogel, who is a family attorney, to get his take on everything. A little insight on that coming up next on KDWB.
From the Custom One Exterior Weather Center.
The weather's starting to heat up quite a bit. It's going to be mostly sunny today with a chance of some scattered thunderstorms later this afternoon. A high of 86. Tomorrow, partly sunny and 84.
This report is sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts carries a full range of farm, ag, and heavy-duty parts, tools, and accessories. Visit O'ReillyAuto.com/ag.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Imagine you're just going about your day at work and suddenly you get injured. Well, if that happens, you got to give Nicolet Law a call because they deal with so many workers' comp cases and injury settlements. They're here to help you out so that you can deal with getting back to work and everything else that's going on in life. And that's why they are Minnesota's award-winning personal injury lawyers. Call them today at 1-855-NICOLET. They do free consultations. You can also find a ton more information online at nicoletlaw.com.
Find belonging and a sense of purpose at Inver Hills Community College. And take advantage of our 2-year tuition freeze. An easy 10-minute drive south from St. Paul. Inver Hills offers over 40 programs taught by outstanding faculty. We're more than just classes, though. You'll find the resources you need to succeed. Apply now at inverhills.edu. Inver Hills, where all students belong.
Hey, it's Dave Ryan with an impression of myself, the noise I used to make when I would bend down to feed the dog. Ready? Now, the good news is I don't have to make that noise anymore. Now that I've lost 20 pounds with Livia Weight Control Centers and kept it off, you can do the same thing. Call Livia today. Get ready for summer. Lose up to 10 pounds or more in your first 2 weeks. That's a reason to celebrate. We have so many reasons to be ready for summer, whether it's bike rides or weekends at the cabin or picnics in the park. Summer is so much better when you feel better too. And as a brand ambassador for Livia, I really appreciate the one-on-one support at the Livia Center in Minnetonka. Plus, new at Livia, they have semaglutide and tirzepatide weight loss medications. You can find out more. Visit Livia.com or call 855-GO-LIVIA. Personalized one-on-one nutrition and medical support. Choose the trusted leaders serving our community for 15 years. That's Livia Weight Control Centers.
Look at your cup holder. It's empty. And you're feeling thirsty. Head to a nearby convenience store and fill it with a Pepsi Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew, or Starry. Grab a delicious, refreshing Pepsi for the road.
July 22nd through the 28th, the 3M Open is back. And this year, with a special guest. The 3M Open, where golf matters, the great play matters, golf shots matter, scores matter, and this year, great music matters. On Saturday, July 27th, Chris Lane will be playing at the 3M Open Post-Play Party, presented by Post-it. Purchase your tickets today at 3mopen.com.
Hey, welcome to the IKEA Midsummer Sale. Hello. Save up to 50% on outdoor furniture and indoor essentials and have your best summer.
Oh, how about storage for my inflatable flamingos?
We've got you covered. Let's turn your space into a summer haven with space for birds.
Awesome.
Visit us in store from June 12th to July 9th or at IKEA-USA.com/midsummer. Offer valid dates may vary. U.S. only while supplies last. Selection may vary by store and online. See store and IKEA-USA.com/midsummer for complete terms. Restrictions apply.
As school messes return, rest easy. Clorox has got your back to school.
Oh, no. I'm back. That messy science experiment. And I brought baking soda, cornstarch.
And you're due tomorrow, right? Well, at least they stocked up on Clorox disinfecting wipes. Because you're not messing up my kitchen counters like last time.
Ooh, smart. Got any food coloring?
And off to the store we go.
Stock up on Clorox disinfecting wipes that clean 3 times better than wet paper towels on kitchen grease and soap scum. Use as directed.
Some days, I feel so down, I can barely get out of bed. Is this depression?
I feel so tense and worried all the time. Is this anxiety?
Check up on your mental health. Take an online mental health screening at mentalhealthmn.org. Mental Health Minnesota has online mental health screenings, resources, support, and connections to treatment and crisis services. All anonymous, confidential, free of charge, and open 7 days a week. Mental Health Minnesota is here for you. MentalHealthMN.org. Sponsored by Mental Health Minnesota, the Minnesota Broadcasters Association, and this station.
Ew, gotta get rid of this old Backstreet Boys t-shirt.
Tell me why.
Because it stinks, boys.
Tell me why.
I've washed it so many times, but the odor won't come out.
Tell me why.
No, you tell me why I can't get rid of this odor.
Have you tried Downy Rinse and Refresh? It doesn't just cover up odors, it helps remove them.
Wow, it worked, guys.
Yeah.
Downy Rinse and Refresh removes more odor in 1 wash than the leading value detergent in 3 washes. Find it wherever you buy laundry products.
With Taco John's new Grande Grillers, there's just something about crispy chicken and 100% North American beef. Sealed to melty perfection under the flavor-forging power of the grill. That makes these our boldest burritos ever. New Grande Grillers, only at Taco John's.
From the Quick Trip Traffic Center.
On the Lafayette Freeway, traffic heavy northbound from County Road 42 to Concord Boulevard. Cedar Avenue has delays northbound from 66 to the Crosstown. Highway 212 slow eastbound from Great Plains to Highway 5. On 94, delays westbound from Manning to Radio. I'm Maria Arnold, and that's your latest total traffic.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Celebrate July 4th with the hottest deals at Lowe's. Bring some color to your garden. Get 2 select 2 or 2.5 quart red, white, and blue annuals for $10. In-store only. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Actual plant size and selection varies by location while supplies last.
We are back. It is season 2 of your favorite New Girl Rewatch podcast. We have got a new season. We got a new name. We have got some of your favorite people from the New Girl universe. We've got the creator and showrunner, Liz Merriweather. We got the Max Greenfield.
We also have some of your least favorites, like Jake Johnson.
One more.
Hannah, what's up?
We do have Jake Johnson, though.
Yeah. Listen to The Mess Around on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search The Mess Around and start listening.
Back to the War of the Roses on The Dave Ryan Show on KDWB.
What is the deal with the silverware in the sink, in the mug? I don't do that.
No.
So if all of a sudden I came in the house and there was a mug in the sink and silverware soaking in it, I'd be like, who did this?
Who was here? This was not Susan. She doesn't do it. I don't do it.
Yeah, and people were asking, it's like an older person thing. I think because it seems like something my mom or grandma would do, but it's because they never had dishwashers. Like, we put our stuff in the dishwasher immediately, but you do it like these so that things aren't hard to wash off of a fork or a pan. It's like why you put water in a pan, kind of.
So if you missed the first part of War of the Roses, she's like, he used to see this woman named Lorraine that lived down the hall in their apartment complex, and she'd come home and Lorraine would be there, and they'd be a little too cozy on the couch. Or he would sneak out in the middle of the night, and he'd be over at Lorraine's apartment. And Lorraine would, when she would come over, she would put like the mug in the sink and then soak the silverware in it, like she was cleaning up or walking or like, whatever. And so Lorraine moved away. Lorraine now lives, where'd they say?
Cottage Grove.
Cottage Grove, and they're up in White Bear Lake. So she was out of town, Wisconsin, this past weekend. She comes home, everything's fine till she sees the mug in the sink with the silverware soaking in there. So we got some text messages. My husband puts silverware in a cup in the sink, so yes, this is definitely an old lady thing. Laugh emoji. Another one says, I'm 29. I put silverware in the mug, says Megan.
A lot of people that are saying that they do, though, they say they did it because their mom did it, That
makes sense, totally. I'm 47. I put my silverware in a cup for years. I wash my dishes by hand, so I have to let them soak. Somebody else says, hey, Lorraine is not an old lady's name. I'm 20. I think they said they're 24, and my name is Lorraine.
Someone said weird. Yes. Understandable. Also, yes, especially if he doesn't have a mom or mom figure in his life. Like, a lot of people said maybe this is kind of like he has mommy issues or something. Like, he is like, maybe she just provides that role in his life. But someone else said they're totally cheating. He's totally cheating.
Well, that's what we're wondering, was whether Lorraine was at the house while she was in Wisconsin over the weekend. Thanks for all the text messages. Somebody theorizes this guy has mommy issues, and that's why he's into being around Lorraine. And there's a lot of people who do put silverware in their cup at all different ages. Let's make the phone call, and we'll see whether he falls for the trap and sends the roses to his girlfriend, Tessa, or to Lorraine. We'll do that in a second. Then we're going to talk to attorney Jonathan Fogel, who's going to give us his insight on the whole thing and what he has seen and things and just anything that you can take away from this as far as like a legal divorce, custody kind of a standpoint. And also, that's coming up, and we'll do that in a second. This War of the Roses is brought to you by 1-800-ASK-GARY. They have nothing to do with each other, by the way.
Yeah.
Jonathan Fogel and 800-ASK-GARY are two totally different things. Jonathan asked me to point that out the other day because they have nothing to do with each other. So just to let you know, we appreciate both of the sponsors. Here's the phone call on KDWB.
All right, we're all done with the survey, Jared. And I do want to make sure I'm going to get the spelling of your name because I know it's a unique spelling of Jared here in a second. But we're going to send out the dozen long-stem romantic roses. And I want to make sure I have all the info correct. So what is the name of the recipient we'll be sending the flowers to today?
Sure. Let's send them to Lorraine.
Perfect. And is her name spelled just kind of like Lorraine?
It is, yep.
Okay, cool. And you can attach a card if you'd like. What would you like the card to say?
Let's say to Lorraine, miss having you around.
Perfect.
Did you have her around last weekend by any chance when Tessa was out of town? Because I don't want to confuse you with this strange voice jumping in, but let's just cut right to the chase.
Get to it.
Did Lorraine come over to your apartment when Tessa was out of town?
What? I mean, I'm totally confused. What are you talking about? No, Lorraine did not come over. She's our old neighbor.
Okay. Well, the reason I ask is because you have been hoodwinked and there is no roses, there is no survey. We're a couple of radio people on the Dave Ryan Show on KDWB, and your girlfriend Tessa had us call you to see who you would send roses to. And yeah, it's pretty funny. Good bit, right? It's a funny bit. So yeah, your girlfriend's worried because you used to have Lorraine over to the apartment when she was gone. What? And now Lorraine lives in Cottage Grove, so she's a good at least a half an hour drive away. But did she come over this weekend? Because you know what? Tessa has some questions for you. Here's some really good news for you. Tessa's listening to this whole thing where you sent, where you sent roses to Lorraine.
Are you serious? You sent
Tessa, what is this about?
You sent roses to Lorraine. I mean, this is so obvious to me now that she was over last week.
She was over? What are you talking about? She's our old neighbor. I haven't seen her. I haven't talked to her. We became friends. You know that.
Oh, yeah. She was over because I saw the coffee mug with silverware. You would never do that. You hardly pick up a piece of silverware.
Never do what?
You did not put them in the mug. Lorraine was over. It's so obvious to me now. You almost sent her roses. You would send a 51-year-old woman roses.
Yeah, because she's like alone. She's texted me a couple times being like, I miss when since you, like that's
Yeah,
it. I'm just thinking about something that would brighten up her day.
I imagine she misses you because you were there all the time. You hung out with Lorraine more than you hung out with me.
Are you kidding me? This is insane. You sound insane.
No,
that you are
I don't. You sound
of
insane.
something with our old neighbor, me, a woman who lives by herself, an older woman who lives by herself. I just wanted to send something to brighten her day. I mean, I see you every day. Hopefully our days are bright enough, and now you're accusing me because you saw, what are you saying, a fork in the sink or something? I don't even understand what you're talking about. She's old and alone. She's like near death.
Oh, okay. She's not near death.
Oh my God, she's 51.
She's 51. It's not really near death.
I mean, pretty close to it. I'm just trying to brighten her golden years.
Jesus, are you okay? Enough of this guy. Enough.
Oh God.
KDWB. Ticket Tag Tuesday. Let's get your tickets right now for Future and Metro Boomin. If you want to go to the show, it's going to be in a couple of weeks, couple of Wednesdays away. XL Energy Center. We want to send you to the show because we're KDWB, and that's what we do. Here's how you play the game. Who is last hour's winner? There's a little trivia question. When you call in at caller number 10, you have to tell us last hour's winner's name. Now, we gave you a memory device, a big memory device in the form of a song last hour that featured their name in it. So if you remember that, call me now, caller number 10 at 651-989-KDWB. Now, if you don't get through and you're caller number 10, that's fine, because now you'll have the name for next hour. Call me now to win. We'll be right back with You Can't Make This Stuff Up. These are celebrity encounters that were horribly disappointing. Somebody met a celebrity, and they're like, oh, I wish I'd never met them. We'll do it next on KDWB.
101.3 KDWB and American Building Contractors want to help you win $1,000.
Oh, my God. I'm looking for a man in finance. Just fun. 6'5", blue eyes. Finance.
Listen weekdays for your chance to win a grand. Winner. After winner.
I can't believe it. I won $1,000. Oh, my God.
After winner.
So excited.
Pay your bills on 101.3 KDWB.
American Building Contractors is Minnesota's go-to for roofing and siding replacements since 1998. They're the experts for new roofs and windows, siding and gutters. ABCWillHelp.com.
It's not just a house, it's your home. ABCWillHelp.com.
From the Custom One Exterior Weather Center.
The summer heat is coming in hot this week. We'll see mostly sunny skies today, a chance of some scattered thunderstorms later this afternoon with a high of 86, and then tomorrow partly sunny with a high of 84.
This report is sponsored by Macy's. Macy's One-Day Sale has summer's greatest savings. Shop awesome limited-time specials for big deals on everything you need for this weekend's Backyard Bash and more summer essentials. Don't wait. Macy's One-Day Sale ends Wednesday night.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out.
Attention. If your teen or preteen is or has been addicted to Instagram, Snapchat, or TikTok and been treated for eating disorders, body image issues, anxiety, depression, or suicidal thoughts, you may be eligible to participate in a lawsuit for significant compensation. Text STRUGGLE to 323232 for more information. Disclosures by multiple Facebook whistleblowers suggest Instagram knows their social media platform is highly addictive and causes eating disorders, body image issues, depression, and suicidal ideation, but have done little to stop it. If your family has been impacted by social media addiction, you could be eligible for significant compensation. Text STRUGGLE to 323232 if you'd like to discuss a lawsuit. Text STRUGGLE to 323232. Text the word STRUGGLE to 323232.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Motley Rice attorney Donald A. Migliori is responsible for this ad. Motley Rice, LLC is headquartered at 28 Bridgeside Boulevard, Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, 29464.
A good neighbor would give you a cup of sugar if you asked. At Truestone Financial, we don't have any sugar, but we do have something even sweeter. Open and use a Truestone checking account, and we'll give you up to $350 cash back. It's not exactly what the recipe called for, but $350 can buy you a lot of cookies. It's true, because we're Truestone. Learn more and sign up at truestone.org. Offer subject to terms and conditions. Recipient responsible for applicable taxes. Membership required.
Hey, it's Dave Ryan. I am going to start a support group for people like me who have tried renting one of those rug monster cleaning machines at the grocery store and just had a horrible experience. We'll sit around and tell our sob stories and have coffee. But here's some good news. The month of July is National Carpet Cleaning Month, and because of that, and it's the month of the 4th, Zero Res is offering 3 rooms, zero resified, starting at just $129, and you get a 4th room for free. It's also a perfect time of the year to get those air ducts cleaned with $75 off, and ask Zero Res about their cleaning your dryer vent too. Yes, that's important. We got in-laws coming. We got to get the house clean, guest room clean, hallways clean. Zero Res is going to take care of it. Call them at 952 Zero Res or find them online at ZeroResMinnesota.com and ask for the KDWB special. Very important. Spell it backward or forward. It spells the same. It's Zero Res.
Say hello to Lumi, the whole body deodorant developed with your whole body in mind. Pits, privates, and beyond. It's outrageously effective and clinically proven to block odor all day, anywhere you have body odor and wish you didn't, and keeps controlling odor up to 72 hours. Lumi is different. Developed by an OBGYN, Lumi Lumi goes beyond masking odor to control body odor in a way certain other deodorants and soap don't. Start controlling body odor everywhere, not just armpits. Experience whole body freshness from Lumi Whole Body Deodorant today. Go to LumiDeodorant.com to be the best smelling you of all time. There's a special offer for listeners. Use code 206 and get 15% off your first purchase with code 206. Like the Lumi Starter Pack, Acidified Body Wash, or new Lumi Plus Sweat Control. That's LumeDeodorant.com, code 206. For 15% off your first purchase. Love it or return it for free. That's LumeDeodorant.com, code 206. To save 15% today. LumeDeodorant.com.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt?
I owe the IRS $37,000.
Get ready for a toll-free hotline. Take advantage of new IRS tax forgiveness programs that may protect you from IRS collection agencies. They have the power to garnish your wages, put liens on your property, and levy your bank account. Civic Tax Relief can help protect you from the IRS.
Civic Tax Relief basically represented me against the IRS, and by the time everything was completed, I didn't owe the IRS anything.
Find out about the Fresh Start program that is now available through Civic Tax Relief. Civic Tax Relief's special tax hotline can help you discover all the relief programs available for free.
I would recommend anyone who has a tax problem to contact Civic Tax Relief.
Just call 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803. Don't wait. Call now. 800-506-5803. 800-506-5803.
Save big money on your next project at Menards. Check out our huge selection of Patriot Lighting ceiling fans. They make a beautiful addition to any room while reducing energy costs year-round. The 44-inch Carlisle LED ceiling fan is dimmable and has a variety of color temperatures. Save big money on Patriot Lighting ceiling fans at Menards. #1 in customer satisfaction among home improvement retailers according to J.D. Power. For more information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Save big money at Menards.
Febreze. Ooh, I'm so ready for this weekend away with my girl.
Hey, hit the road. How about some free gas?
Free gas? How?
Try new Febreze car for some serious freshness, and you can win gas for a full year. Visit Febreze.com to learn more.
Say less.
You may not win, but you're gonna have a fresh smelling whip.
Thanks, DJ Fresh. Now how about some music?
Hey, yo, this next one goes out to new Febreze car for giving you a chance to win free gas.
La 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 la.
No purchase necessary. Must be 18 to enter N73124 for rules and how to enter. Visit Febreze.com.
From the Quick Trip Traffic Center.
35W has delays northbound from 46th Street to 94 and southbound from Highway 280 to Hennepin. 35E delays northbound from the crosstown to St. Clair, southbound Highway 36 to Maryland. 169 slow northbound from Highway 21 to Pioneer Trail. I'm Maria Arnold, and that's your latest total traffic.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
During the day, she's on the Dave Ryan Show. At night, she's busy at Dungeons & Dragons Night. Bailey on KDWB.
You're a nerd.
She's not wrong.
You're a nerd. All right, it's KDWB. Hey, thanks for the feedback on the new lineup on the show. I know there's been some changes over the last year or so, but I think we got it right. And if we don't, next week, you never know.
Mm-hmm.
You never know.
All of a sudden, Vaughn's gone next week, and people are like, what happened?
What happened to Vaughn? Where's
They
Vaughn?
don't believe us when we're like, he is
Jamaica.
legitimately on vacation.
You're right, because you are going to Jamaica next week, right?
Yeah, I leave for Jersey Friday after the show because I'm going with my family. So we'll fly to Jamaica for the week. I think we're going to pass the grunt of the hurricane, as I have said, and Bailey has bullied me for saying.
Vaughn, yesterday, we were talking about the hurricane off the air.
Hurricane Beryl.
And Vaughn said, yeah, I think the grunt of the hurricane is hitting Houston. And I'm like, did he just say grunt? And Bailey called him out. She's like, did you just say grunt?
I could literally start tying my shoe wrong, and Bailey will be like, you're doing it wrong.
Well, you actually did do it wrong.
Yeah.
And that is not a small mistake. That is a dumb mistake. The brunt of the hurricane.
You're a dumb mistake.
No, you're a dumb mistake. We have somebody on the phone here now for Ticket Tag Tuesday. Let's get them off the phone right now. Good morning. Is this Brittany?
Yes.
Brittany, you get a chance to go see Metro Boomin and Future at the X. Who was last hour's winner? What was their name?
Tiffany.
It was Tiffany.
Yeah, baby.
How did you remember? What device did you use to remember Tiffany?
what you guys did say Tiffany's, but I've been listening.
Okay, good.
Good
That
job.
works, yeah. Now, this one's going to be an easy one. Brittany. Just remember, I mean, come on. Britney Spears.
Griner. Oh.
Brittany Griner. That's it. Use Brittany Griner as your device. Remember, next hour. Have fun at the show, Brittany. Thanks for being on KDWB.
Thank you.
You're more than welcome. We'll do it again next hour at 9:20. Remember the name Brittany to win.
101.3 KDWB.
You can't make this stuff up. 2, 3, 4.
It's brought to you by whitebearmitsubishi.com. These are interesting, odd, awkward celebrity encounters. Our first one is Betty White. Betty White was at the Beverly Center in Los Angeles, and she was doing a book signing with her latest book about how much she loves animals. Well, I thought I'd swing by the bookstore to take a gander at Betty White. It was so sad. All I remember is she was sitting alone at a big table with a stack of books in front of her. People were in the bookstore shopping, but nobody was buying her book or really acknowledging her. She just sat there, pen in hand, waiting. She would occasionally wipe off some imaginary dust from the table to look busy.
Oh my gosh.
Ouch.
That's weird to me because Betty White was like a national treasure. People love her.
Do you remember the show Psycho, the movie Psycho?
Yeah.
Where the shower scene, the woman's name was Janet Leigh. And in about 1994, she came to Mall of America to do a book signing for a novel that she wrote. And I love the movie Psycho, so I went down there to buy her novel. And there was like 4 people in line.
Oh, really?
So I went back and I bought another one so I could get back in line because I felt so bad for legendary actress from Psycho, Janet Leigh, and nobody was at her book signing.
It's funny because every time you have a book signing, you always are scared that people don't show up. Is that what you imagine? You're just there like, anybody?
Absolutely, yeah. And I did one a couple of years ago with my other book, and I did it, I think it was at Harmar, maybe, I'm not sure. And the line ran out after about, I don't know, half an hour. And so me and the manager stood around chatting awkwardly. So it happens, you know. I mean, if it happened to Betty White and Janet Leigh, then it can happen to anybody. More awkward celebrity encounters. Let's do this one. My sister my 9-year-old sister saw Demi Lovato sitting a few booths away at a local restaurant. So my sister, 9 years old, walked over on her own, and I sat and watched Demi tell her something along the lines of, "No, can't you see I'm blanking busy?" My sister came back to me in tears, and we immediately paid for our unfinished food and left because she was so upset. I will fault both parties in this one. If you see somebody like Demi Lovato or Charles Barkley or even Bailey eating at a restaurant, leave them alone. Especially if they're with their boyfriend or their family.
Yeah.
Leave them alone.
Yeah. I
would never. I remember somebody when Kirby Puckett was alive, he was at Cucumbers down in Eden Prairie. And somebody said he was so rude. My son went over and asked for an autograph, and he said no. And I said, well, because he was having dinner with his family, you clod. You clod hopper.
Yeah.
You're a clod hopper.
I'll give you my autograph if you see me at dinner. You can ask me for it anytime.
Jenny, you missed this, but last week I was recognized for the first time out and about at Lunds and Byerly's. And Ricky at Lunds and Byerly's in Richfield said I was funnier than Dave Ryan. So I just think you should know that.
I love that.
Ricky was high.
What?
Ricky
was working.
Yeah,
Did you offer your autograph to Ricky?
No, I didn't know what to say, so I was like,
You're so graceful. All right. This one met one of his childhood idols, Kel of Keenan and Kel, at a bar. I ran over. I made awkward eye contact with him, and the child in me yelled, "Who loves orange soda?" Which I guess is a line from the show. Kel turned around real slowly from where he was sitting, looked me in the eye, and in a very disappointed voice said, "F off, B.I." Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Easily one of the worst nights of my life.
oh my gosh.
I get why that's annoying. There's certain people like Kel. They're just not known for any other thing. It's like Jaleel White. You only know him as Steve Urkel.
Yeah.
And it's
Nothing
going to be
else.
annoying, yeah, because if
People
somebody
just go
comes
up.
and does the same tag.
Can I do that?
Yeah, right, exactly. This one is about Justin Bieber at a hotel. I was riding the elevator down. I heard, not Justin Bieber, sorry, Justin Timberlake. I heard Justin in the garage belting out one of his songs as he was waiting on the elevator. The door opened. We were standing face to face. I said, "I dig your sound, man." He looked at me and said, "You should. I get paid for it."
Oh.
And walked past me like a schoolyard bully, complete with a shoulder bump. Whoa.
Awkward.
Gene Simmons is the guy with the tongue from the band Kiss. They said they met him once at a show he was playing in. Gene complimented my brother highly on his guitar playing, but then said, "Too bad you'll never make it." And then just walked away.
Jeez,
Dave, you should start doing that to people. Like, I've always dreamed of being a radio DJ. Well, too bad you're never gonna make it.
Never gonna make it. And then bump shoulders as I walk away. Tell me again. I've heard of Chad Michael Murray, but what's he famous for?
One Tree Hill.
Okay. It was the day the Nintendo Wii came out. I waited in line at Best Buy. Chad Michael Murray pulls up in an SUV, parks right in front of the store at the curb at the front of the line. He jumped out of the car wearing a black leather jacket and sunglasses. It was 70 degrees. He said, yeah, somebody's supposed to have a Wii set aside for me. The guy said, I don't know what you're talking about, but I'll look into it. When he realized he might not get his way, Chad Michael Murray started name dropping and playing celebrity card. Long story short, he ended up walking away with a Wii. They ran out of them, and I kept thinking about the kid at the end of the line that didn't get one because of him. Wow.
The kid at the end of the line is like, this is my dying wish. And then Chad Michael Murray just comes.
Sorry.
He's like, do you know who I am?
Who's Rachel Weisz? Anybody?
She's an actress. She was like in a lot of stuff in like the early 2000s.
Okay. They said that they saw them sitting on an airplane and they sat next to them. So I never let on that I knew who she was, and I started chatting happily, and the conversation dwindled, and she became more and more sullen and withdrawn. Finally, she snapped at me about something, and I immediately sat back and went silent. A couple of minutes after, she got up to use the bathroom, and her nanny leaned over and said, she gets upset if you don't acknowledge who she is.
Oh.
Whoa.
Okay, for a while I was on Rachel's side in that moment, but then at the end she's mad that she's not acknowledged. That's a little much.
Here's one. In Las Vegas, I ran into Carrot Top in the hallway between the Wynn and the Encore. He was so drugged up, he could barely stand up straight. He was running into walls, and he had a guy helping him around. Oh, that's embarrassing. Here's one. They saw Samuel L. Jackson at a celebrity golf tournament. I found his ball in the rough and asked him to sign my wallet, the one that said Bad Mother Blanker, which is like one of his, I think, his wallet. In the movie Pulp Fiction, Samuel L. Jackson's wallet says Bad Mother Blanker. I bought it off eBay because I love Pulp Fiction so much. He had the marker and all, and he said, no chance. Oh. Wow. At Six Flags, somebody ran into Chris Rock. I'd waited an hour and a half for a ride at Great Adventure. I was in the front of the line, so the wait was even longer. Finally, I was next in line, and I watched gleefully as my train pulled in, and Chris Rock and his family come walking up from the exit and are given my spot without waiting at all. That's what they do, though, with celebrities.
Yeah.
They cut them in front of you, and that's just kind of how it is. Here's one. They ran into Michael Phelps, the swimmer. He finished his granola bar in order to shake my buddy's hand. As they were shaking hands, he transferred the wrapper to my buddy, leaned in, and said, you can keep that. That's funny. That's funny.
That's a good bit, Michael Phelps.
I like that one. And here is Larry David, who is kind of a curmudgeonly old fart anyway. I'm a huge fan of Seinfeld and Curb Your Enthusiasm, and I saw him at a sandwich shop. I walked up and I said, Mr. David, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I'm a big fan of your work, and I wanted to say thank you for making me laugh so many times. It would be an honor to shake your hand. He looked down at the food, looks up at me, looks at my outstretched hand, and goes, I just washed my hands. Sorry. Which I can understand.
Yeah, and it's like his personality in a lot of like Curb Your Enthusiasm and stuff. So I feel like I'd be like, all right, cool.
Somebody once said that I was a jerk because I was at like a Caribou or a Starbucks, and somebody said, "Are you?" The barista said, "Are you Dave Ryan?" And you never know what to say. I just say, yeah, hi, what's your name? But I didn't know what to say, so I said, I might be. And she kind of like looked away disgustedly. And then somebody wrote in a couple of days later and said, yeah, my friend met you at Starbucks and asked if you were Dave Ryan, and you were such a jerk.
Oh.
And I was just trying to be funny.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, because it's like, yeah, I'm Dave Ryan. Hi, how are you? So now people say, are you Dave Ryan? I say, yeah, good to meet you.
And
or
you
people
give 'em a hug.
people say, I know your voice from somewhere, and I say, do you watch a lot of porn? Which is always funny.
Yeah.
So If you've ever met a local, I don't want to trash any local celebrities. Like, if you ever met, like, I don't know, Dawn Mitchell. I don't
Alicia
want
Lewis.
Alicia Lewis.
We love her.
If you didn't have a good, I'm sure you did, but I'm not going to trash it. But if you met a big celebrity,
Yes.
like if you met Will Smith or Ellen DeGeneres, and you had a good or bad experience, let me know. I'm curious. 651-989 KDWB. We had a really interesting conversation a minute ago about celebrity encounters and that they were really rude or they were really nice or just awkward or whatever. And so we asked, okay, what celebrity did you run into and were they really nice? Let's start off with Jacqueline. Hi, Jacqueline.
Hi.
Who did you run into? Who was your celebrity?
Nick Carter back
back in 2002 when he was here doing a signing for his solo album. We ended up ditching that, found him at the Marquette Hotel. Then we chatted with him for about an hour. He was super nice, took pictures with us. Then he invited us down to watch his powerboat racing in Key West, so we went there about a month later.
Wow.
Wow, that is really good. That was Nick Carter.
Yep,
okay. Yeah, because he used to race powerboats because Angie Taylor, who used to be on our show, dated Nick Carter for a short time. And there was a picture of Angie in like the National Enquirer with her arm around Nick Carter at a powerboat racing.
What?
Did you know that Angie Taylor dated Nick Carter?
We saw Andrew Taylor on his yacht down there.
Wow. Angie Taylor grew up in like Spring Lake Park, a humble little beginning, and then she's on a powerboat or a yacht with Nick Carter.
That's going to happen to me.
Yeah, no, it's not. But he was nice. He was nice, though, right?
Yeah, he was very nice.
That's good to hear. Thank you, Jacqueline. Leah, we're talking about celebrity encounters and whether they were good or bad. Who was your celebrity, Leah?
I ran into Cuba Gooding Jr. at a bar in California.
Oh, what was that like?
He offered to buy our entire table a round of drinks, and our friends were like, yeah, we'll take Absolute sodas. And but he's like, just Absolute. And then they were rude to him because they didn't recognize him.
Oh, who was they? Like the table was?
Yeah, the girls that I was with at the bar.
Oh, gotcha.
They didn't recognize him. And then he continued to be nice and bought a round of drinks. And then I showed them who he was on our phones.
And then all of a sudden they were impressed.
Even if you didn't know who he was, why would you be rude to him? He is fine.
Yeah,
I'd be like, yes, sir. Buy me a drink.
Wow. Good story. Thank you. Let's go to Jace. Good morning, Jace.
Good morning.
We're talking about celebrities that you met and whether they were nice. Who did you meet?
I met Ron Howard.
Oh, wow.
Legendary actor, director. Where and what happened?
Yeah, it was in Stamford, Connecticut, and we had all been to the same movie together. And I didn't see him while the movie was on, but when my girlfriend and I were parked behind the theater, this is what makes it kind of interesting, is that the parking where we parked there's like no lights, it's kind of shady looking back there. And when we saw Ron Howard had also parked back there, I rolled my window down and like, hey, I'm a big fan. He walked right up to the car, and I guess presuming it was his wife and kids, I think, was with him.
Mm-hmm.
He just walked right up to the car. They stayed back, but he shook my hand like he was lucky to meet us. That's how nice he was.
That's how he strikes me. You know what? He strikes me as a very sincere person.
That's nice.
I just read a book that was written by him and his brother about growing up in Hollywood because his brother was also a child actor. And he didn't really have the good fortune that Ron Howard did, but he does okay. Thank you, Jace. Appreciate that one. Couple of more. Jennifer, who did you meet and where?
I met Dan Reynolds from Imagine Dragons
Okay.
and his beautiful girlfriend Minka Kelly in a swimming pool in Argentina.
At a swimming pool. So
Whoa.
you look up and you look over and you go, oh my God, that guy looks like Dan Reynolds. Did you pull your phone out to make sure it was him?
I actually recognized Minka first.
Okay.
And then I saw how big Dan's feet were, and I knew it was them.
What the hell did you
What does that mean?
What?
Giant
What?
feet? He's a big, beautiful man.
Okay, gotcha. Bailey's probably looking him up right now.
I'm Googling him right now. I want to see how tall he is.
Was he nice?
Well, I'm only 4'11".
But
They
he-
were absolutely amazing. They totally were talking to us the whole time. Ended up inviting us to the concert for free, which
Wow.
was super cool. The next day, he sent my concert tickets and wanted like my review on the show and everything. And
Wow.
super down to earth.
It's fire.
Now, you know what? That's always cool to hear about that. And I think most celebrities are like pretty. This is what I've learned about celebrities. To get that famous, you have to be easy to work with because there are so many people that want to be famous that if you're difficult to work with, you ain't going to get anywhere because you got to be easy to work with because everybody wants that job. So most people that are famous are pretty nice.
What you would hope so.
Not everybody,
Yeah.
but most are pretty nice. Last one. Good morning, Ida.
Hi, good morning.
Morning. What celebrity did you meet?
Josh Duhamel.
Where and how?
He is so handsome. Chanticleer and Maple Grove. It's a small little pizza joint.
I know exactly. It's a pizza place, and he's from around here. He's from North Dakota.
Yeah.
So you see him in Chanticleer and Maple Grove. Tell me what went down.
Okay, so I went to a coworker happy hour, and my husband was going to a surprise birthday party. the surprise birthday party was for Josh Dumel's best friend from high school from Minot, North Dakota.
Oh, how funny.
My
Wow.
husband texts me while I'm at my gathering and says, John Dumel's here. And I'm like, who the heck is John Dumel? I got it, Josh Dumel. I'm like, why didn't I get here sooner?
That's funny.
Crazy.
And he was nice?
Oh, for sure. Hung out like all night long in that little pizza joint. It was so hilarious. And he was there with his drop-dead gorgeous younger wife who
Of
was
course, yeah.
expecting.
Yes,
yeah,
I'm sure.
But no, he's a nice guy. But then I was too shy to be like, oh, can I get a selfie? Because I chose to go to a coworker happy hour instead of coming to meet him in the first place.
You know, I think I get it. It's like you don't want to be the person like, yeah, I know you're here just as a regular person, but can I get a selfie?
You don't want to be that guy, but half the time they say, like, it's okay.
Yeah, half the time they do. Hey, thanks. That was fun. I appreciate that one. This feature is brought to you by Nicolay Law Offices.
Yes.
And we'll be right back with Vaughn Stirs the Pot. We're going to get you $1,000 for Pay Your Bills, and we'll do that all coming up on Ticket Tag Tuesday next hour on KDWB.
You gotta let kids be kids. You gotta turn them loose on the playground, as long as the playground is safe. That's what's great about Zigazoo. It's a social network especially made for kids where you know data safety is a top priority. Kids just want to have fun, and that's exactly what happens on Zigazoo. They can make and share videos with other kids just like them. They'll feel excited about what they've done, and they'll connect with other kids. And because there are no comments or messaging, a mean comment on your kid's video won't ruin the fun. Zigazoo is about creating and doing challenges, so posting fun videos is super easy. It's all about having fun. It is that safe playground I was talking about. Videos are moderated by real live people, and you need parental consent before joining Zigazoo. So let your kids be kids. Turn them loose on Zigazoo, the world's largest social network for kids. Download the Zigazoo app today.
The free iHeart app has over 100 commercial-free stations, like Songs of the Summer Radio, iconic summer songs, and the music that will define the summer of 24. Just open the app, search Songs of the Summer, and listen now. Free never sounded so good.
Hey, it's Jenny here, and I wanted to let you know that if you're thinking about upgrading your vehicle, then you need to check out Walzer Polar Mazda in White Bear Lake and Walzer Burnsville Mazda in Burnsville. Together, they have over 1,000 new Mazdas to choose from, with prices starting as low as $25,000. On top of that, each new vehicle comes with their complimentary Walzer Care warranty, covering you for 8 years or 100,000 miles. To find your dream vehicle, visit them online at walzermazda.com or walzerpolarmazda.com.
Look at your cup holder. It's empty. And you're feeling thirsty. Head to a nearby convenience store and fill it with a Pepsi Zero Sugar, Mountain Dew, or Starry. Grab a delicious, refreshing Pepsi for the road.
There's a singles club here in town that is changing the dating game. I'm here with Mark Owen, founder of Events and Adventures. Mark, what can you tell us about Events and Adventures?
Events and Adventures is an activities club designed to make meeting people more fun. It's not a dating app or dating service. It's a way to get out of the house, try new things, and meet other singles naturally.
You mean I can finally stop the endless swiping?
Yeah, that's right. No more swiping, no more weird first dates, no more trying to come up with plans to go out at the last second. We have over 30 pre-planned local events every month. Things like wine tastings, volleyball, or skydiving. There's always something fun to do.
I hear you guys even have world travel throughout the year?
Yeah, we've organized trips all over the world. Everything from Machu Picchu, Europe, Australia. We even drove through downtown Tokyo on Super Mario Brother carts.
What? That is so cool. Where can I find more information about Events and Adventures?
Just check us out at eventsandadventures.com. That's eventsandadventures.com. Or give us a call at 425-209-1722. And we'll give you everything you need to start living a life you love.
Thanks for joining us, Mark.
This summer, click into easier yard cleanup with same-day delivery from the Home Depot. Click into clearing overgrown grass or weeds with effortless gas-like power. And click into the convenience of a battery platform compatible with over 250 tools with the Milwaukee M18 fuel trimmer, now for just $199. Click into power with 4th of July savings now at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Order select and stock items by 4 p.m., subject to availability.
When something happens to your kitchen and you say,
"This is ludicrous,"
you get...
Having trouble? Don't panic. Don't be alarmed. You need to file a claim? Holla at State Farm.
That's right. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
State Farm, Bloomington, Illinois.
Does your insurance company want you to settle fast? Pump the brakes, hold the phone, and call 1-800-ASK-GARY. It's a free accident helpline with your best interest in mind. Don't settle fast for less. Call 1-800-ASK-GARY and tell them Ross sent you.
Northern 1 hour, Northern Ben Franklin, Northern Mr. Sparky.
The Unclogginator.
Get it now.
You guys know we have something better than the Unclogginator.
What can be better than clog-free for life?
The Comfort Club Plus.
Tracy, he does have a point.
I sense a big brainer.
Northern's Comfort Club Plus members get free drain cleanings plus electric system sapifications plus Northern heat and air restorations plus front-of-the-line VIP service plus discounts and deals. Plus,
you could go on and on.
It's the power of Northern 1 Hour, Northern Ben Franklin, and Northern Mr. Sparky in one.
You left out the best part.
Oh?
It saves you at least $60 to $120 a month or more.
And it only costs $20.
I see your point.
It's a disservice not to tell people about it.
The Comfort Club Plus, only at
Northern 1 Hour, Northern Ben Franklin, Northern Mr. Sparky.com.
Ask about it when you call.
Do it now.
Plus,
at Taco John's, we believe a better Taco Tuesday starts with better tacos. That means using 100% North American beef, cooking shells in-house daily, and a deal that makes you say, how are these only $1.29? Taco Tuesday is every Tuesday at Taco John's.
From the Nicolay Law Studios, KDWB FM, Richfield, Minneapolis, St. Paul, an iHeartRadio station, the exclusive audio home of NBC's coverage of the 2024 Paris Olympics.
Celebrate National Carpet Cleaning Month with Zero Res. Get 3 rooms of carpet clean for just $129 and get a 4th room free. Plus, take $75 off your air duct cleaning, too. Call Zero Res and ask for that KDWB special, 952-ZERO-RES.
At Rasmussen University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Minnesota.
Ugh, kitchen ants, runaway roaches, a spider. A spider. A spider! Relax. Just use Zevo. Zevo bug sprays use essential oils to eliminate those pests and up to 20 household insects. Plus, Zevo is safe for use around people and pets when used as directed. Just spritz the bugs and wipe them away. Zevo, people-friendly, bug-deadly.
From the Quick Trip Traffic Center.
94 with delays westbound from Manning to Woodbury and westbound from Cedar to Hennepin-Lyndale. 494 tight westbound from 12th Avenue to Penn. 694 heavy westbound from Highway 10 to East River Road following an accident. 394 is heavy eastbound from Highway 100 to 94. I'm Maria Arnold, and that's your latest total traffic.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Celebrate July 4th with savings at Lowe's. Right now, make your garden pop for summer with savings on Miracle Grow 25 quart potting mix. Get 2 bags for just $16. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii while supplies last.
A dad, a dork, a deer, and a The Dave Ryan Show on KDWB.
I was sitting
There
down.
it is.
Sitting down, relaxing. I had my feet up. Jenny's like, do you want to get up and do the morning show? I'm
Yeah.
like, I guess so. All right, it is $1,000 on the line right now. We'd love to get you $1,000. We do this every once in a while here on KDWB. The great thing about it is it's really easy to win because all you're doing is going on KDWB.com and entering that hour's keyword. This hour's keyword happens to be check. There's a lot of people that play this, and they could win $1,000. There's a lot of people that go, I'm not going to play that game. I'm never going to win. But then somebody wins every single hour.
They do.
Somebody wins because you absolutely can win. And it only takes a couple of seconds to enter. Go to KDWB.com, enter the keyword check. I would buy probably, how much is a tub of Top the Tater? If you look up online, I'm going to buy.
$4?
Oh, you think about $4?
I would say.
Probably.
Okay, then how many tubs of Top the Tater could I buy with $1,000?
A lot.
Like a lot of a lot. And you
Okay.
could buy like all of the different flavors as well.
They have zesty buffalo,
You
they have sour
could
cream
do
and onion. Yeah.
bacon, chive, and onion.
Mm.
Yeah.
You could get 200 if they're $5. I would
Fiesta
say they're about.
taco.
200.
Oh
can
no,
you-
God, they're not that much.
how much are they?
You can get one for like $250.
Okay.
$250.
So
What a
that means I
deal.
could buy
400.
about 400 tubs of Top the Tater.
Wow.
Now, this is just a suggestion.
Mhm.
You can buy whatever you want. you could buy $1,000 worth of styrofoam packing peanuts.
Oh, that sounds great.
I don't know why you would, but you could. You can buy yourself a trampoline for the backyard for the kids. You could buy a kick-ass slip and slide. You could start to build a homemade roller coaster in your backyard.
What?
Now, that's a terrible idea.
Yeah,
You'll kill yourself.
Unless you're an engineer, maybe avoid doing that.
Sounds like a fun project for the kids this summer. Buy them a bunch of plywood, some lumber. Anyway, the point is go online, enter that keyword for $1,000 because if you don't do it, you ain't going to win nothing. You ain't going to get no backyard roller coaster, no trampoline. But if you get that keyword, you can do it. The keyword is check on KDWB.com. Let's do Vaughn Stirs the Pot. See what's on Vaughn's mind today. Vaughn, very opinionated 22-year-old?
22, baby.
And what is on your mind today?
You know, most mornings I come into this place with a coffee in hand, whether it's from home or from another establishment local, and I think it's nuts that they expect me to tip them for going through the drive-thru. Either drive-thru or walk up. I'm not tipping you because I did the work of going.
Someone's still making your coffee, you know.
And they're getting paid to do that. They get a paycheck. I'm giving them the cash for that service, but I'm not tipping you for an extra service now, or for, I guess, a lack of service. Now, if you're a waiter or something, then I'll tip you because you keep coming to me. You keep saying, do you need anything else? Do you need me to put a bib on you? No one's ever actually said that. But in the event that they would, they'd earn a tip.
But not so you hate it when they turn around the little cashy thing and they say, it's just going to ask you one question. And it's not a question, it's a percentage.
Right.
So you hit 0 and you are guiltless about it.
No, I will say I feel guilty about it, but also like every time they be like, it's just going to ask you a question. In my head, I'm like, I'm always going to give you the same answer. But again, I'm coming to this establishment. I'm driving through or I'm walking to the counter. And I'm not, I'm sorry, but I'm not tipping you for that.
Not even 50 cents?
No.
Jeez.
Why?
Louise.
I don't carry change, so. But no, I'm not. And that's the other thing. The fact that there's already like percentages up and it tells me how much, I just feel like they're trying to guilt me into it more and more and more. And I'm just like, no.
Yeah.
I think it's within your rights. I think the tipping culture, and we've talked about it endlessly, it's kind of gotten out of hand. So I think that even people who ask for tips at the Caribou or the Starbucks or the Dunkin' or whatever, I think even they are like, I don't care if you tip or not. They would like it if you do, but I think that they understand. I would try to tip generously because I always figure that somebody who's like working at Caribou, they're not there because they love it.
Sure.
They're there because they need the money. So I give them a little
I think
extra.
when they spin that thing around and it starts at 20, that's when I'm like,
It starts at 20?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
that
goes
is
20,
obnoxious.
22, 25%. And I'm like, are you kidding?
And
then
that's
I hit
why.
other.
Other. And then she puts 2%. And that's what I'm saying. I just hate feeling guilted about doing it. If I'm going to give you a tip, let me do it because either you were just so polite and kind or because I want to, not because you made me feel obligated to.
Then don't do it.
I feel like so many people get anxiety now going up to those kind of counter service things, wondering if they're going to be asked if you get it, if you have to tip. And on this trip I just went on, I went to one coffee shop at the very beginning, and I'm like waiting for the tip option to come up. It never came up. I went back again. I was like, this is great.
Yes.
I didn't even have to and it was a coffee shop. Like that's like the number one place I expect and probably do usually tip at. But I was like, oh, I love finding a spot that doesn't ask you for that 20%.
Yes.
Jenny went up so many times, she didn't need to give a tip because she gave them like $100 worth
I kept
of
them in
stuff.
business just going there.
A couple of text messages. This is so rude. Shut up, Vaughn, and
All
don't
right.
tip then. This is a text that says there's plenty of people like me who roll up and hand a 10 and just like keep it to make up for people like you. A lot
10?
of those workers are high schoolers.
A 10?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Is that not like 20% of like a coffee?
Yeah.
Oh, easily.
A 10 is
saying.
like no, a 10's like
50%.
500% of
That's
it.
what I'm saying. A coffee's
Depends on what coffee
$6,
you get.
$7.
200% probably.
Vaunt, text message from Cookie, who's a big supporter of the show.
Love
Vaunt,
you,
you're not
Cookie.
alone. I'm actually so tired of tipping that I stopped going places that you have to tip other than restaurants. I just think that, you just don't, if you don't want to tip, you just don't tip.
The other thing that confuses
It's
me.
acceptable.
Except at restaurants. Please don't go
Of
there.
course,
Yeah.
You
At
tip at a
restaurants for
restaurant.
sure. What about movers? Are you like tipping movers?
Yep.
Oh,
I
yeah.
do. Yep.
Because that's, it could go, my argument could go either way. They're doing a service for you, yes, but you're also paying them for said service.
Are you wondering this because you're moving and you're not sure if you need to tip them?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, I would tip movers. I would give them at least hand them at least a 20 each because they get to slip that in their pocket and not tell their boss about it.
Right.
20 if is a hard move, maybe a couple of 20s each.
And you're paying for the service, but you're also paying for the truck that they're using and all of the transportation and everything. So then I'd be like, I'll tip you for carrying this heavy bed frame.
Yeah.
I tip hotel maids, like housekeepers, because I figure what a gross job to clean up after me or whoever. And so I put a $5 bill under the TV remote. And people are like, I would never tip at a hotel. It's like, well, I just do. Because that just seems like a kind thing to do.
Not like a ton, but they say at least $1 or $2 for every night that you're there.
I don't think I've ever tipped at a hotel.
Oh.
Ever.
Well.
Not because I don't care. I've just never heard of doing that.
Text messages. Colt made the same argument a couple of days ago. And listen, this is not a new topic. This is something that everybody has been talking about tipping. It's like, okay, I agree with Font. If they're extremely nice or go above and beyond, I will tip. If I'm standing while ordering or in my car, no tip.
Correct.
Don't worry, Vance. They called you Vance, and I love that. The same people who were dropping $10 for a coffee are the ones that are not tipping 20% on a $200 bill at a restaurant. Nobody is tipping the garbage man for leaving the garbage can standing up.
See? That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Good for you, Vaught. Like you said, they're getting paid certain services, yes, but it's getting out of hand. Can we make a pledge to not bring up tipping? If they brought it up on the afternoon show, we've brought it up on the morning show 45 times in the last 6 months. Jenny, am I right?
We have, but we also just did it on the Minnesota Goodbye Today, too, so it feels like a very repetitive topic.
And it's like, okay, I mean, everybody feels the same way about tipping. Can we pledge to limit the amount of tip talk that we have on the show?
I love that.
I think that we leave more time to talk about me, Dave Ryan.
What are you going to talk about? What do you have for us that's going to be better than talking
what's
about tipping?
life-changing that Dave Ryan's got in front of him?
He's unraveling a scroll. Okay.
First of all.
Okay.
Here we go.
No. Carry on, Dave. Carry on.
Is it okay to poop while you're on the phone? Is it okay? You're on the phone. You're on the toilet. You're pooping. Is it okay to text your friend or call your friend? The other day I was calling somebody. I was calling the airport to reserve an airplane. I was on the toilet. And I was talking to them, and I hope they didn't notice. But, yeah, I was busy doing my business while talking to the airport to reserve a plane. Is that rude?
Were you grunting? Were there splashing noises?
Did they hear a bloop?
Bloop.
Yeah, I mean, they heard something. They heard something. I'm not sure.
Is that what they heard?
You got to put them on mute. You put them on mute, you amateur. Then you let your business go, unless you're supposed to be talking in that moment.
I was talking, yeah. So I was just hoping that they wouldn't know what was going on.
God,
instead
you're
of
disgusting. This doesn't surprise me for a second about you because just a week ago you were in Colorado and we're show planning on FaceTime, and I look over, and all I hear is. And I realized Dave is peeing, and he brought his phone with him to the bathroom, and I'm like. You couldn't have just said, hey, guys, I'll be right back. I'm going to go to the bathroom
Didn't
quick.
think you'd notice,
It was
honestly.
so funny because you got up from where you were, noticeably, put the phone to face the ceiling, and we just heard the stream. Yeah. And Jenny's face was uncomfortable.
You're welcome.
Not for this reason is why I think it's bad to be on your phone while pooping. Not for this reason. I thought it was okay. Then my friend said, but you hand your phone to other people, and so your phone has the doo-doo germs on it. And that is gross.
No, it's true. I mean, your phone is filthy. You don't even want to know how filthy our phones are. This is what, you got the doo-doo germs. You pick your phone up. You, scratching the dog, scratching your ass, picking at this on your chin, whatever. Then you got your phone. Your phone has got all kinds of fecal matter, body oils, bacteria, cryptosporidium. It's covered with cryptosporidium.
Spell that.
Your mama.
Okay.
What do you think? Is it okay? We should put a poll up on Instagram. Is it okay to use your phone while you're pooping? Texting, scrolling, sure. But is it okay to call somebody on your phone while you're on the toilet? Discuss. Thank you, Vaughn. Vaughn stirs the pot. No more tip talk.
Okay.
No
Stop
more
it.
tip talk.
No more. Shabuzi, Song of Summer, KDWB.
My baby born.
KDWB, the Dave Ryan in the Morning Show. It is Ticket Tag Tuesday. Get you into a concert, get you out of the house so you're not sitting around watching that guy with 1,000 kids thing on Netflix. You're not watching the Celine Dion story on Netflix or the new awful Beverly Hills Cop 4. You get out of the house and actually go see live entertainment. This is with Future and
Metro Boomin.
Metro Boomin at the XL Energy Center. If you want to go, all you got to do is call me and tell me on Ticket Tag Tuesday who was last hour's winner. Now, we gave you a little memory device to remember who it was. Call me now, 651-989-KDWB. If you're caller number 10, we'll ask you whose last hour winners was. If you are not caller number 10, that's no problem. You listen to this hour's winner and remember their name. Got it?
Yeah.
Are we doing Jenny's Been on Reddit?
Yeah, let's go.
I always love this. Let's do it. Here we go.
Uh-oh. Jenny's Been on Reddit.
I feel like some people can relate to this, and feel free to text in if you have your own story. But I found a thread that said, what was your I'm dating a blanking idiot moment? So I'm going to read some of these stories that I found that were hilarious. This person said, when I mentioned that a particular restaurant made their own pickles, and he firmly corrected me, informing me that pickles grow on bushes. There's no way they could make their own pickles. So that's one of them.
I mean, you know Vaughn. I'm going to ask Vaughn, who seems to be the most clueless person on the show.
Yeah. He's on the phone right
he's
now.
on the phone.
He's not even listening.
Okay.
But we'll get back to him in a second.
Okay.
All right. Another person said that she said that the temperature in her house never changed. She couldn't understand why she was always hot or cold. She had never taken the packaging off of the digital thermometer, so she was just looking at a sticker that said 72 degrees.
No. Are you serious? Oh, that's funny. Okay. Love it.
Okay, this one's kind of a long one, but bear with me. And says, I have an ex-wife who pretends to be allergic to chocolate. She's not, actually. And so they were out celebrating a birthday. I offered her some of my coconut shrimp, which she gladly accepted. But a few seconds later, she goes, oh, my God. And she spat it out as loud, and then as loud as she could, she goes, was that coconut shrimp? And the guy was like, yeah. She goes, coconut, cocoa nut. And so she said that it had chocolate in it and she was allergic. And once the laughter died down, her husband, but now they are divorced, he says, he asked her if she really thought that there was cocoa in coconut.
Coconut.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh,
so she
wow.
wasn't the brightest. Another person said during a date, she told me she wanted to be a veteran because she loved working with animals.
Oh, poor kid.
That's
wow.
cute.
Oh, these are the moments you found out you were dating a blanking idiot. This guy apparently kept littering, and they were out at the zoo. He spit out his gum on the sidewalk, and I called him out for it. He said, well, it'll evaporate.
Nope.
And I laughed, and I was like, that's funny, but no, seriously, you should just use the trash can. And he gave her a confused look, and then that's when she realized he was, like, dead serious. He was convinced that trash evaporates in the sun.
What?
And they had a full debate about it.
What? That's really dumb.
This person said, we watched Shrek, and she didn't believe that the guy who voiced Shrek was the same guy who played Austin Powers because their accents aren't the same.
Okay.
And this will be the last one here of the moments I've been dating a blanking idiot. We were walking together in a park when an older lady with a small dog passed by, and she, inquiring about the dog, asked the owner, is that a Belgian waffle? I laughed my ass off and thought it was the funniest joke I had ever heard until I realized she was entirely serious and thought that's what they were called. So there are your funny dating stories. But speaking of funny dating stories, we do Worst Date Wednesday on Wednesdays now. We're bringing that back. So if you have a funny story, maybe you were the bad date or you've gone on a bad date, feel free to email us, ryanshow@kdwb.com, so we can read your story. We would love to have you on air as well, so you can leave your phone number in that if you want to be on air with us to tell your story.
I love Worst Date Wednesday. So if you got a bad story, like Jenny said, something like if it was just like comically bad from the beginning, like he showed up drunk or he brought along his best friend, or he took you to the tractor museum for your first date, or just something like he admitted on the first date that he's really into, like, I don't know, plushies or fuzzies or furries or whatever.
Yeah.
Or they do hobby horse competitions for their hobby, whatever. That was a reference to earlier. Then send your Worst Date Wednesday, and we love doing that bit. Send it in to ryanshow@kdwb.com. Let's check the phone for Ticket Tag Tuesday. KDWB, good morning. Who is this?
Hi, this is Aretha.
Aretha? Okay, Aretha. How do you spell your name?
Areefa.
S-A.
Aretha. Aretha, like Frank?
Like Aretha Franklin. That's what people will joke around. Yeah.
Okay, but okay. I want to make sure we get it right. Aretha, like Aretha Franklin.
Yep, like Aretha with an F.
With an F.
With an F.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Okay,
Okay. I love that, Aretha. Now, people will remember your name with this discussion, but just remember the Aretha Franklin with an F.
Or Smoke Aretha.
Or Smoke Aretha.
All right, fine.
There you go.
That was brilliant. That was brilliant.
You know?
Okay, Aretha, but before you win, I got to ask you on Ticket Tag Tuesday, who was last hour's winner?
Brittany.
Brittany, very good, Aretha.
Good job.
You're a winner. You are going to go to the show, and next hour we'll do it. Well, not next hour, but like 2 o'clock, 2:20.
Yes.
With Fallon and Colt. We'll do it again. So remember the name Aretha. And if you don't remember, write it down and be here at 2:20 to win. Dave Ryan Show coming right back with the Daily Bailey next on KDWB.
101.3
KDWB, our iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Coming back to Las Vegas, September 20th and 21st. Streaming live only on Hulu.
Just added to the superstar lineup.
Dua Lipa and Halsey. Sharing the iHeart stage with Big Sean. Camila Cabello. Doja Cat. Gwen Stefani. Hosier. Keith Urban. New Kids on the Block. Paramore. Shabuzi. The Black Crowes. Thomas Rhett. Victoria Monet.
Our 2024 iHeartRadio Music Festival, presented by Capital One.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com. That's AXS.com.
Hey, pool season fanatics, your summer persona is calling. It's